it is. But this is well. I mean, for this is everybody's right.
Of course, of course.
You
I
can
mean,
demonstrate.
to express this pleasure.
Yeah, over
But
something.
yeah,
Yes.
of course. So I mean, it's legal to demonstrate, provided that they sought permission from the Ghana Police Service.
Exactly.
To be given the
Yeah. There's yes.
to follow.
Exactly.
Because I know that the
Exactly.
police service will also, I mean, issued a statement giving guidelines and directives as to
Exactly.
where they should pass. during the
Exactly.
demonstration.
And there's one of the people who even reported that National Security and Ghana Police have all assented to that demonstration. And so it's coming off. Those of you who believe that Ghana's democracy is an attack, says Nana B and his team, should feel free. I mean, feel free and wear your red or your black and join.
But those, I mean, it's a caution. Anyone who attend this demonstration should know the purpose.
Exactly.
Exactly. Generally shouldn't ask you question. Why are you here? You say they asked me to come here. Now it's unacceptable.
That's like, in fact, I agree with you, my brother. We will not accept
you
it.
have to do screening.
Yes.
You have to ask you, why are you here?
Yes.
I'm here because democracy is an attack.
Yes.
They say you pass. Why are you here? They say I should come. Go home.
Not and then a new trend where and they said so I remember that one. They asked him that so this one you are saying free who are you here to free? You say I am here to free Remonacha.
He's free the Yoko boss.
Oh my God.
It's very important that people go to demonstration with a purpose. Because as journalists will ask you a question why you are here. Don't say they say I should come and say I'm here.
It's troubling. Kwame. He said he's there to free Remonacha. I say, and so it is important, please, politicians, if you are going to find whichever, yes, we don't care who comes to the demonstration.
Tell them that Charlie, this is why we are taking you.
Yes, and those of you who they will come for you, please make sure you take your pound of flesh before. Don't come and be complaining. You take your in and out. You understand?
Because after the demonstration, the bus can run away.
So you take your in and out, when they come to you and they say they want you to go and demonstrate, ask them that.
What is the purpose of the demonstration?
Let them give you the proper brief.
The bus, so that when journalists ask you, you say the truth.
No, you don't come and tell us that you are there to free Remonacha. Okay. How do you free somebody who is holding somebody down? Anyway,
let me do some education stories.
Okay.
Very important one here. We're talking about accommodation for teachers. 50,000 houses to be built nationwide for teachers. That's according to the Deputy Education Minister. His photograph is Dr. Clement Park. It says that government will build 50,000 houses nationwide to improve teachers' living condition and welfare. Speaking on behalf of Education Minister Haruna Dusu at the 5th quadrennial National Delegates Conference of the Conference of Heads of Basic School in Koforidua on Wednesday, Dr. Park said the initiative responds directly to the accommodation challenges confronting teachers and head teachers across the country. I quote, on this last point, I'm glad to report that the Honorable Minister has announced government plan to build 50,000 houses for teachers nationwide, a direct response to the accommodation difficulties that have for too long forced teachers and head teachers to live far from the schools they serve or in conditions unworthy of their service. End of quote. Describing the housing program as a major intervention, Dr. Park said it demonstrates government's commitment to addressing the welfare concerns of teachers. The Deputy Minister acknowledged that many teachers continue to work under difficult conditions, including overcrowded classrooms, inadequate school infrastructure, and poor accommodation. So, Doc, I think that is very important.
Yeah.
I mean, accommodation for
highly commendable.
Essential workers like teachers, nurses, and doctors. The reason why some doctors refuse postings to up north is largely because of accommodation and poor service, poor conditions of service. Likely the teachers also the same. You can't post a teacher up north where there's no better accommodation for the teacher to live in. How does he or she get a sound mind to teach your son or your daughter?
Exactly.
So it's very important that, and I hope that this will not be just a pledge or an announcement. It will be we should see funding. In fact, there should be funding before an announcement. Most of the time, there are announcements before they go and look for the funding.
Exactly.
But I think that it's about time, if you are developing a nation, there should be funding before an announcement is being done. So right after the announcement, contractor go on site to develop or do the construction of these units that we are talking about. So kudos to the ministry for thinking through in announcing this particular project. But we ask, is the funding available? When is this project going to begin? How many? What is the duration we are looking at? Are we looking at 2 or 3 years for the 50,000 houses to be constructed? Where are we constructing? Because we've seen Agenda 111 projects where currently some are under bush, some is in a bush, some are woefully below average. So when are we starting this project? When are we finishing this project? Will it be completed before this government leaves power, or the funding will continue to sit in account even when this government leaves power? For the next, whether the NPP will come or the NDC will continue. I mean, this is very important that when we look at. So kudos to the education ministry for this.
There should be enough respite for some of these
50,000. I mean, nationwide.
That's very, very, very impressive, and we wish them well. Like you said, we're looking out for this should not just be sitting in our papers and books. Yeah. All right. And so there's a story here I want us to also check it out. Ghana Medical Trust Fund donates life-saving medical equipment to prison service. And this is very interesting for me and very, very profound, because I have been to the prisons, especially the in Sawon Medium prison. My brother. Hey, Charlie, when you go to their infirmary or their clinic, it's crazy. It's crazy, and so I mean, this is a good thing for me, as I see in the paper. And the paper reports that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund has donated a full container load of life-saving medical equipment, consumables, and essential healthcare supplies to the Ghana Prison Service in a major intervention aimed at improving healthcare delivery in correctional facilities across the country. And so, presenting the items, the administrator of the trust fund, Ajwa Bobia Dakon Opoku, said the initiative underscores the fund's commitment to ensuring equitable access to quality healthcare for all Ghanaians, regardless of their circumstances. It goes on and on and on and on. Receiving the donation, Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Patience Bafuboni, described the intervention as historic, saying it demonstrates that the health and well-being of inmates and prison officers have not been overlooked. This donation sends a powerful message that the lives and well-being of inmates and prisons officers matter as much as those of every other Ghanaian. She stated over there. So this is good. Like I said, it will go a long way to enhance the health and well-being of these inmates.
I think that not to play politics, or no one should play politics with the Mahama Care initiative. I think that's a great initiative. Last week, I think Friday was 1 year. Obobia Dakopoku was appointed to head that office, and this is a very remarkable one, because look, the prison is supposed to be a place for transformational reform. But unfortunately, people go to the prisons and become more hardened criminals instead of being reformed. And so, in government's quest to reform people, health is also very important. I've always said that a nation that do not take education and health serious is not worth dying for. And so, if an institution would take the health of people we believe they are not part of the society, it is very remarkable. And people shouldn't die in the prison because of health. Already, that place is congested. It is not hygienic, and people fall sick every single day because of the state of our prisons. Being it in Sawem, being it Kumasi, being it Breku prisons, every prison in Ghana as we speak, it's not a prison we can say can be described as an A-list prison. because every prison in this country lacks proper hygienic status. And so it is very important. I want to commend the Bahama Care office led by Obo Biadako. That look, our prisons, like he said, prisoners' life matters. They are also human beings, and in as much as their daily what they call their daily wage or whatever,
Yeah.
1 cedi 95 pesos or so,
That's been an increase now.
increase to
5 cedis.
Yes,
Yes.
5 cedis. I remember last year we had a conversation. 5 cedis, still inadequate.
Yeah.
We need to give them proper health care. No, how much is a bowl of kinky?
Charlie, my brother.
And a prisoner is supposed to be fed on 5 Ghana cedis a day. Woefully inadequate, but the health care, they should be given proper health care. And so I want to commend the initiative. And also, I pray that the prison's boss, as Madam Bafuboni,
Yes.
also speak with various hospitals to also come in to help the prisoners in terms of their health. It's very, very important that they are part of the society.
Exactly.
It's just unfortunate incident that I've taken them.
My concern really has to do with the maintenance of some of these things. You know, beautifully, people, civil society, government, and all of these agencies would bring donation of this kind to the institution, but the maintenance culture is also a problem.
Yeah, very, very.
Beautiful stuff donated. You go there in the next 3-4 months, and it's in bad shape.
Some are even missing.
Exactly. Kobrania Pija Kusifi. Imagine. All right. So we want to urge the prison service to also make effective use and ensure that there's proper maintenance culture in the use of some of these what do you call it, supplies, healthcare supplies and equipment that have been donated by the Mahama Fund over there. So the Honorable Obobia, Ghana is grateful, and I'm sure the inmates and the prison officers will be extremely grateful in that regard.
Let me do something from energy. This one says something good and useful is happening at all. This is coming from Duncan Amwa. And of course, talking about Tema Oil Refinery, led by the indefatigable, hardworking,
yes,
and astute lawyer,
yes,
lawyer Edmond Combat.
Fantastic man.
So, Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, Duncan Amwa, has welcomed the ongoing revitalization of Tema Oil Refinery, describing the development as a major milestone for Ghana's downstream petroleum sector after years of operational challenges and inactivity. Duncan Amwa said the successful refurbishments and commissioning of the refinery's crude distillation units, that's the CDU, is a great step towards restoring TOR's capacity to refine petroleum products locally, a move he believes could strengthen the country's energy security and reduce dependence on imported refined fuel. Speaking on a TV station, so he spoke on a Channel One newsroom after the commissioning ceremony. Dan Kanama expressed optimism about the direction TOR is taking, noting that the refinery is showing clear signs of returning to productive operations after remaining largely dominant for several years. So that's what Dan Kanama is talking about. Still on institutions that are performing, shift from remittances to investments, Sami Jemfi to African diaspora. So one great institution to another. So this is CEO of Gold Board.
Yes.
Our very own good friend and brother,
yes,
lawyer Sami Jemfi, has spoken here, and I want to take you to that story. Where's the story?
You have to bring the story, my brother. You cannot.
It is captured in page 4 of the Chinese paper.
Very, very important, my brother.
The Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Gold Board, lawyer Sami Jemfi, has called on the African diaspora to move beyond remittances and become strategic investors in Africa's transformation, stressing that the continent's future must be built on ownership, value, creation, and productive partnership. Speaking at the African Rising Symposium organized by ME Africa in London, Mr. Sami Jemfi said Africa's rise should no longer remain a slogan, but become a tangible reality driven by Africans, both at home and abroad. Addressing the symposium on the theme, the growing relationship between Africa and its global diaspora, and why this movement matters, he described the global diaspora, African diaspora, is one of the continent's greatest strategic assets, possessing the capital, expertise, technology, networks, and experience needed to accelerate Africa's development. He noted that while remittances have sustained millions of African families over the years, the continent now requires long-term investments that create enterprises, generate employment, and strengthen institutions.
Indeed.
It should go beyond sending us money every month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Outside the country.
Come and do investments.
Yes,
It's
stop
important.
sending us. The dollars is important every month,
Yes.
but build a sustainable investments in the country so that it did
Yes, I agree.
every day.
Exactly.
So that's what
Exactly.
lawyers and media fee is talking
It will
about.
even open up the economy. You understand?
Exactly. because the
People
money
will get
circulates within the system.
exactly. Yes. Earlier on, you mentioned something on cocoa board. Yes, and it's important that we tell the good story to these cocoa farmers who are listening to us this morning. And this has been captured in the Ghanaian Point newspaper beautifully. And I like the write-up, my brother. I like the write-up. And Parliament approves landmark cocoa board reforms to strengthen cocoa sector. And that story is here on page 7 of the paper. Parliament has approved the Ghana Cocoa Board Bill 2026, introducing major reforms aimed at restructuring Ghana's cocoa industry, improving farmers' earnings, strengthening governance, and expanding local value addition. It goes on and on to say that the new law formally establishes Cocoa Board as the central institution responsible for regulating cocoa production, marketing, and exports, while introducing measures to improve financial accountability, sustainability, traceability, and institutional efficiency within the sector. It goes on to say that and this is what the deputy minister for finance said in parliament during the second reading. He said we should legislate this so that it becomes binding, and no one can decide tomorrow to reduce the farmers' share from 70 to 60%, he stated. And so you know that now the farmers' share has been increased to 70% of every. And I mean, this is so good for the farmers. Mr. Ampim said the reforms were also designed to address the long-standing financing challenges faced by Cocoa Board, particularly following difficulties associated with the board's traditional reliance on syndicated international loans. For more than 3 decades, Cocoa Board has depended heavily on external borrowing to finance cocoa purchases during crop seasons. It goes on and on and on and on. There's this particular one I want us to, and this is I know the farmers are listening to us this morning, and this is profound. In the bill, there's this one. The bill introduces a new funding model that will enable Cocoa Board to source financing locally to purchase cocoa beans from our hardworking farmers. It's also in that bill. It's been introduced in that bill. It goes on to say that the reform also seeks to promote local processing and ensuring Ghana captures greater value from its cocoa resources. And finally, under the new framework, at least 50% of Ghana's cocoa production will be served for domestic processing, a policy expected to increase supply of beans available to local factories and encourage investment in chocolate manufacturing and other cocoa-based industries. And so it goes on and on and on and on and on, my brother. And this is a welcoming news for the cocoa sector.
Yes, I mean, very, very commendable. The cocoa farmers have for many years struggled because of the debt accrued by Cocoa Board. But of course, it's very important under the leadership of Dr. Randiabe. We see some relief coming to cocoa farmers. So that's very important there. The Archive newspaper has the photograph of Lloyd Mokomba. Says Tor recruits 300 young engineers into permanent positions. That's a very important one. And also, I see Boss Energies donate 1 million Ghana cedis to medical trust fund. So that's also a very commendable story here. Let me take you to what Bank of Ghana statements is, because they have served notice or cautioned the public against using 20 mobile loan applications operating without the requested license or authorization, warning that the activities violate the country's regulatory framework and pose risk to consumers. I'll give you the full list. In a public notice issued on August 3, that's yesterday, the central bank said it had observed and continued operation of digital credits service providers offering loans through online platforms despite lacking approval from the Bank of Ghana. The notice follows an early advisory on licensed digital credits service providers. Reference number it comes amid efforts by the regulator to strengthen oversight of Ghana's growing digital lending sector. Now let me give you the full list. So we have a Danfu loan, a Japa credit, a Menfi loan, Acro cash, Ireland, Backs now Zudo Chiska, CD Go, C Grab. Let's say cash grab, grab the cash.
Yeah.
Dombo cash.
Cash.
F cash. GH loans. GH loans Pro. That's why we have iPhone. iPhone Pro and Pro Max.
I tell you.
So GH loans and GH loans Pro. I'm sure the owners are twins. Hasty credit. Hasty credit. New green money tree. That's a Sikedia. And then on pesa Popo CD ready money,
yes,
Sika tap and Sika tap loan
you
and Zigwe loan. So these are the 20 loan online loan app that lots of people
I'm glad you have reiterated the same because I listed it before you came in, and folks, Kwame has also done justice to it. It is to emphasize the point that we are we are warning you. Don't come and call us later to say that because we warned you about this online thing that what do you call CWY and the rest that have done some unfair business to some of our folks who invested in that enterprise. We are admonishing you, and we are reiterating the point from the Bank of Ghana, emphasizing that
it's also important that the Bank of Ghana go after these people. It's one thing issuing a statement cautioning the public. Someone who might have received money from these people before and it went through well for them would want to reapply because in the first instance there was nothing wrong with the application, so the person wants to reapply again. And so Ghanaians are stubborn. We warned them years ago. There were so many financial institutions that the Bank of Ghana gave warnings. Still Kofi Ghana and Ama Ghana person says that no. I trust these financial institutions, therefore I will invest. And later they went to Mastercard Bank of Ghana that Omujo Sika. Meanwhile, Bank of Ghana had given clear cautions that look, don't invest in these financial institutions. These loan apps we're talking about last year, the Bank of Ghana gave same directive that people should not trade or do business with these loan app online loan applications. But still Ghanaians went ahead and did that.
Yeah, but this is loan. My question, I want to sound a bit sarcastic. Benka Obi Moska, there's nothing wrong with it. This is loan. You are not putting in anything.
No, it's not investment. You are getting loan from them.
But it's a good news.
But
so if you scam me, maybe your money will come to me. So me ask.
So I'm sure.
But it's not the database and the fact that your details and other things will
out there.
Yes.
Because I know of one that I'm told where you're applying for the loan, they take live pictures of you. So there's going to be a session where you get to, and then it will require that you take a picture. So it's not like you have to download a picture. Download a picture, you can take maybe a friend's picture. But it will request that you place the camera on you and then take a live picture of you, so that you go and download your grandfather's picture onto the loan app. It downloads, it gives you a live picture. So in a case where you default, your pictures will be all over. Some to connect, they are able to connect to every contact on your mobile phone.
Yes.
So in the case you
I know
default,
about that one.
they send message to everybody on the contact list. So Hannah Doc, your old friend B, you have a problem with. We'll send it back. Oh, the kind of go to you get it. I mean,
There's this one I saw. I think I still have. That person sent it to me. A very troubled lady. That she admitted. I asked her, "Did you take the loan?" She said, "Yes, she took, but she's having challenges in paying. She's always defaulting at the repayment date, and when she defaults in about 24 hours, then her pictures and it's all over
yeah.
the contact of on her phone."
Yeah.
And people have friends like you said, na very for B people
Yeah.
like they all calling to say and you know they have a template they've put her picture in and like you said it's a live it's a live picture. I think she was when she took the picture. I don't know where she was, but I think she was either lying down.
With your selfie.
Either she was lying down or lying on a table or something. And so that's the picture she has with this loan people. And so they just they put the picture in some template and right and wrote and wrote something like scam or loan something that they want to embarrass you
Yeah.
to the finish you cry. Hey.
So I mean, it's very important that the Bank of Ghana has come out with this statement, but they should go after these. It's just unfortunate. I don't know how. Of course, there's a cyber security at the Bank of Ghana office, so they should find a way of dealing with these people. Whether they can shut it down, I don't know the office or the institution that is able to shut some of these platforms down. But the Bank of Ghana should take proactive steps to deal with these online scammers, all in the name of helping people to solve their financial needs. It's very, very important.
And on the back of that, the Daily Democrat is here, and cybersecurity experts wage war or declare war on scammers and fraudsters. And this time, it's serious. Yesterday, somebody sent me something. Let me see if I can check it out on how the new their new strategy. What's the name? Okay, so let me get it for you. I'm sure when I share this, a lot more of you would get to appreciate. So this is the new scam. The friend sent it to me. This is the new strategy they use. They send you a text message, and the number is here, 055 no 0599, and I'm sure the security apparatus and all should be taking note of this number, 0599799224. And those of you who have received messages from this particular number, please beware. And he gives the name as Alex Entry. Alex Entry, 0599739224. We are naming and shaming. And the text message is that, congrats, you won 29-72. Please send my share. Okay, so please send my share and call for next game. I am here to help win more. Do to others what you want others to do unto you. God bless you. Momo number now the other 0559. And it's quite interesting. So please don't fall for this. Now I mean, unkoti lotwa. Why would you even be interested in dealing with such a person? And so the Daily Democrat reports of a story here where the cybersecurity experts have declared war on scammers and fraudsters. So beware. Cybersecurity experts have called on for stronger laws, tougher enforcement, and greater public vigilance to combat the growing menace of online scams and digital fraud threatening Ghana's rapidly expanding digital economy. The call was made at the ECTOCall 2026, organized by ETOSEC in partnership with Pay Direct under the theme Securing Ghana's Digital Future, Trust, Resilience, and Shared Responsibility. The conference brought together government officials, regulators, financial institutions, technology experts, and industry leaders to discuss practical measures to strengthen the country's cybersecurity framework. And so it goes on and on and on and on. And so that is it. So those of you who have fallen victim to some of these scammers and fraudsters, beware. I mean, sometimes I just don't even get it. I know I've not transacted, I've not done any business. Then you call me, and still people fall for this.
I just don't get it.
Eh?
Look, there's a sad story here, and it makes me think that the MPP should suspend their demonstration on Thursday.
Okay.
Why? So Thursday is the 6th of August.
Okay.
It's a day of national mourning. I just remembered. I just saw the story on page 9 of Republic Press.
Exactly a year.
8 people died in a helicopter crash. And Kwame Dwomoh, your very good friend, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala, fantastic man who was mostly with us on the Class Morning Show. And our very own senior brother, Dr. Edward Maneboama, together with other citizens of this country, lost their life in a tragic accident on the 6th of August. And I think that if the MPP is reasonable, I think that demonstration should be suspended. So the government has announced activities to mark first year anniversary of the 2025 helicopter crash. This is a very sad one, Doc. All Ghanaians, on that very day, we all saw how the state was thrown into a state of mourning because of the not just the death, but how the death happened.
Yeah,
is something that large number of Ghanaians do not want to remember or not wish for even our enemies. So the government has announced a series of national activities to commemorate the first anniversary of the August 6th 2025 helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 8 senior government officials, including security personnel. In a statement issued on Thursday, July 30, the Minister for Government Communications and Presidential Spokesperson Phyllis Kwachi-Fusu said the commemorative event will honor the memory, service, and sacrifice of the departed 8. He said the activities are being organized by the government in collaboration with the Ministry of Defense, key stakeholders, and alumni groups, with the participation of the bereaved families. According to the statement, the commemoration will begin on Thursday, July 30, which passed last week, with official presentation of the state support package to the families that has already happened.
I think they gave every 1 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
Package to families of the deceased. Then on Tuesday, August 4, which is today, the Ministry of Defense and Pope John Senior High School Old Boys Association, because that's the old school of Dr. Edward Omani-Boama, will organize the Dr. Edward Omani-Boama Memorial Lecture at Bema Hall, Bema Camp, beginning at 2 p.m. today. The event will be open to the public. A national interfaith memorial service will be held on Thursday, August 6, at the UPSA auditorium in Medina from 8:30 a.m. The service is expected to be attended by President John Dramani Mahama, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and Vice President Professor Nana Kwame, who chairs the Armed Forces Council. Later that day at 4 p.m., the Ministry of Defense will unveil a memorial cenotaph in honor of the victims. Attendance at the unveiling ceremony will be by invitation. The commemoration will conclude on Saturday, August 7, with a service to the soul nationwide blood donation drive, which will be held at all districts, regional, and teaching hospitals, the 37 military hospital, and other designated centers across the country. So that's it. So that's the last story.
Okay.
I want to touch on this morning on the Class Morning Show.
All right. So I mean, pretty soon we'll be getting to the end of the newspaper review. But before we go and come back again, let's announce that the demonstration there is coming on. is coming on in that regard. So,
Maybe the NPP didn't factor. I mean,
yes,
this particular
it probably did not
yes,
occur
yes,
to
yes.
them.
I mean, I'm sure that
But we are reminding them,
we are
maybe they
reminding
can change their mind.
of
I
course,
mean,
I mean,
because you have up to Thursday. Today is
Thursday. Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe you would want to consider, just for the memory of these great
Exactly.
gallant men who were on the path to save Mother Ghana. Uh-huh. But if they don't stop, please, the route is that they will start from the Supreme Court and then go to Yoko and then come to Jubilee House and then end up at is it what? Parliament. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. And so that is going to be the route, as we've heard from the police. And so be minded about that. So we will wrap it here. KOJ and myself, Desmond Kofi Annan, we've been holding the fort for the Kwame Dwomoh, who is right here.
Bakantok.
Bakantok. Hey, Beba Emre. All right, so we'll wrap up. We'll do your birthdays and then also go on a quick break and then come back and do the what do you call the piece of my mind. We'll be touching on some critical. I want us to look at the committee formed for the Techiman Krobo, and we want to say some few things about that, and then also probably we should look at what is the essence of this demonstration the MPP is talking about, that democracy is an attack and what have you. We want to, and essentially they are talking about, they said in Natamaklo. Okay, we want to look at some portions of the ruling, or some, what is it about the ruling that is making this demonstration and all that. We'll probably look at that and then we'll come back. So the birthdays, are they ready? Maybe you want to take the birthdays, KOJ, or,
okay, so
we should go. Let's come back. Okay, all right, all right. So.
My name is Melody, and please, I would like to wish my mom a very happy birthday today. She turned 63. Wow. And I want to thank her for being an amazing mother and pray for good health and a long life. Though we are crying now, it won't be forever. And thank her for being the strongest woman I know. We love you, small. We love you, small girl. I'm sure that's how they call her. Chop kiss, okay? So yeah, so that's so happy birthday to your mother. You need to add her name. She's 63. May God bless her so much and keep her safe. That's it for the birthday message. So let's take a break. We'll come back shortly.
Mm. If you have any opinion, some views and comments on any of the stories that have featured in the dailies this morning, you would want to share with us your opinion, and we'll read. And as the discussion also goes on, you'd want to share your view on some of the areas that we'll be touching on. And so, without much we do, would want to see some messages here. Good morning, Kwame. Um, I'm loving the show this morning. Okay, all right. And so this is also coming from a friend. I mean, okay. So, no, technology is trying to fail us, but we'll do justice to it. So, KOJ would help us with some.
Very well. So let's say big thank you to MT and everywhere you go. It says sometimes big moments start with small things. A call to a loved one, a Momo transaction to support family, a bundle to grow your business. But what if the could lead to something bigger than you ever imagined. With MTN at 30 promo, every call, every text, every browse, every Momo transaction, every connection to home fiber, and every activity on my MTN app earns you points towards an amazing reward, including 9 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser Prados, over 10 million Ghana cedis in cash prize, and unforgettable experiences just for you, because every move counts. Just dial star 530 hash, star 530 hash, or use my MTN app to participate now and stay connected everywhere you go. MTN at 30 promo, make every move count. Terms and conditions applied. MTN everywhere you go. Well, the black red game, cash when you need it, as you enjoy the matches. Remember that you can also, so that's after so we are done with the FIFA World Cup, but you can also continue to dial star 920 star 9 hash, star 920 star 9 hash, and start playing today. Black red game, cash when you need it. So this is proudly sponsored by Black Red Game and Win Cash. That was another exciting World Cup brought to you by the Black Red Game. Cash in where you need it. But review scratch for win is also here to stay. Play the game. Just dial star 850 star 5 hash to play now. Select class 91.3. Stick amount between 5 cities and 2,000 cities. Choose your lucky card out of 5 options. Confirm gameplay and enter your Momo pin. Receive game results and win it instantly. It is fun, easy, and exciting. Get up to 1 million Ghana cedis for grab. Review scratch for win scratch keke and DCK is strictly for persons 18 years and above and powered by Super Cash Games. This one says, good morning, Dr. Desmanan. Are you surprised? You don't know Yanom and their heartlessness. May the souls of the departed continue to rest in peace. Davi Sena came through that. Davi, good morning to you. This one a very lengthy one. Okay, it says, good morning, class. There's something going on in Afinia regarding Ghana Water Company. There is still there's this neighborhood where I am staying called what is this Staria or what? Okay, in Vatican City. It always happens that while everyone is having water, the vicinity is not okay. Okay, so it's like that area in particular, struggling to get potable water. There are a group of people who know where water valve is, so they will intentionally go and close it and later report to us that there is a problem with the water valve, so we should contribute to get it fixed. And one thing I have also realized is that many of them are having poly tanks, so they close the tap so that this ones will be able to sell well. Okay. So they actually close the tap so that those who have poly tanks will sell the water in the poly tank. That's criminal. So that's it there. Good morning, Doc. Since you've been in the driving seat, where is the rent commissioner? Ifo Yaira. I like your question. Tenant, we are sorry to.
Ifo, don't bring that matter this morning. I beg you.
I like this matter. It's part of the piece of my mind. You have to add it.
Commissioner will come. But you should join. You see, you should join his TikTok because he's been doing a lot of live. He's leveraging on technology. He's one of the appointees of this government, apart from Dr. Frank Amakwehine. If you talk about any other appointee who is very active on social media, is the rent commissioner. Because you see, oh my brother,
it's about the job on the ground.
But the job there has been done. Today, do you know the number of students who are appreciative of his move on the hostel agenda?
Fantastic move. The July 1, no, the May 1 rent card.
Wow.
How far with that? Again, I'm coming. The 6 months. I don't know, what is it? It's supposed to be 6 months. Then they increase it to 1 year. I remember I had a conversation with him. I think there's a proposal to increase it to 1 year advance instead of the 6 months.
Yeah.
Because they say that it will meet rents. Sorry, the tenants and the landlord.
But it's all in the new rent bill, which is before Parliament.
Fantastic.
Right now it is 6 months by law.
By law, it's 6 months.
Until that bill. So you should be rather interested in encouraging the members of Parliament to pass that bill.
I'm saying as it stands. pending the passage of that bill,
Uh-huh.
what is the commissioner doing to ensure that landlords stick to the 6-month advance law?
Please,
Which in the
so if you
constitution,
have any complaints, go on www.rent control and put your put your reports there. Where it gets in.
you have a short code.
Which short code way?
Shall be on a digital word, rent commission.
But www manual.
We are digital word. We should have a short
We'll
code.
get there. We'll get there.
This,
We'll get there before the appointment of this rent commissioner. Did you know or did you even hear about rent department, rent control department? No. The man is giving visibility and hard work.
Koso.
FO.
Let me stand on my feet and applaud President Mahama for his swift intervention to cushion fuel
Hey,
prices
my brother, sit down.
by removing the levy from the liter of fuel. This is what we call a leader who cares for his people. Greetings to Honorable Chachu. Okay, so thank you so much for your message. This one says, good morning, I'm Eben from Kwabenya. The change we voted for is really paying off. Ghanaians are really benefiting from the change, from the child of the change. The change, I'm sure. Because governments making things easier compared to previous administration. 2 Ghana cedis reduction from diesel is a good move by government. So thank you so much for your message as well. Let me do final one from Obama. Kwawu Tafo says that the NDC subtle attempt to explain said not shameful acquittal and discharge is very sad. After all, they did the same thing for Kevin Taylor. The insulting king and the affected judge colleagues, so on and on and on and on. Okay, so that's it there. Let me read, I think there's the last one. Let me pick that one. Hi KOJ. KOJ, your call for the prisoner's health is right on point, but why can't same be done to all regional and teaching hospitals across the country? Francis and Accra came through that. Francis, I totally agree with you. I think that previous governments and successive governments especially, should have keen interest in revitalizing or revamping our health facilities. That's very important, and we need to do. So keep your messages coming. 0500,202. That's our WhatsApp number. 0500,202. I believe that we can go for the peace of mind. Dr. Desmonanan is standing by for a piece of my mind. This is Class 91.3. Remember, this is the Class Morning Show live on Facebook. Class 91.3.
All right, so thank you once again. My name is Dr. Desmond Kofi, and like I said, we were sitting in, myself and KOJ, sitting in for a very good brother and your regular host, Kwame Dwomoh, who is around. Unfortunately, had to find some ginger and some other things, concoctions, to make sure that he can be audible enough for you to feel him as you always do. And so hopefully he will join us soon. Other than that, we'll hold a fort. And this is what we do here. This is a big family. We hold each other down in times like this. And so this is the peace of my mind. And basically, I know Kwame had his own path, but given the opportunity, I would want to look at a very disturbing, for me, it's a very disturbing what do you call conversation all over the place. In fact, after the pronouncement from the High Court, I mean the Court of Appeal over the the last couple of days where the Court of Appeal acquitted and discharged the former Maslock CEO, the Honorable Sedina Tamakulu Ationo. There's been a whole lot of conversation, rants. I must say, some people go to the extent of even calling out the court, which is fine. You can disagree with every ruling that comes from the court, but to the extent that we would want to attack and, so to speak, make it look as though the justices of these courts that we have entrusted, I mean, justice delivery in, are all over the place doing the bidding of a certain political party or a certain government. I find that very, very distasteful and very appalling, to say the least. Where and political actors, people, I think should know better. People, I think, should appreciate and have a grasp of what the law is, are all over the place pretending. And that's the difficulty for me, pretending not to appreciate what is happening around them in the area of the judicial system of this country. What is it really? Now, there's a case, and you know the stories already surrounding this Sedina Tamakulu, the Republic versus Sedina Tamakulu issue. You know it already. I mean, you have the details. Most of you have read. But for the purposes of those who have not or are not abreast really with some of the happenings till date, there's this: a government loses power, a new government comes in and finds some infractions, about 8 to 10 different accusations or infractions, so to speak. And I'm saying so because of what the charge sheet or what the statement of offenses that were put before the court at the time revealed. And so you have listed about 8 to 10 offenses against an individual. In fact, 2: the operational director or director of operations, and then the CEO of Maslock at the time, were put before the court, and over 78 counts, 78, I must say, counts were put before the court on these 2 personalities. And for whatever reason that it is, one of them, which is Madam Sedna Tamaklu, sought the leave of court to go for some medical review or what have you, and decided whether it was she elected not to come back or not, I do not know, but we heard that she was unable to come back, and then the court had to the proceedings had to proceed, go on in absentia. And so, fast forward, everything is done and dusted. The High Court convicted her, 10 years imprisonment with hard labor and what have you. And she then enters appearance. She sought a review or an appeal, which is also mandated, which is also her right to do so. And then it goes on and on and on and on. All of these things happened in the ex-wild regime under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So, the happenings of today cannot be solely linked to just this government. It cannot be so. And so, if something happened previously, and because government is continuous, and a government comes in and continues, and the matter ends in a way you disagree with, my problem really, I don't have a problem with those who disagree with the judgment from the Court of Appeal. My problem really is about how we are bastardizing and attacking our judicial system. Well, I ask the question, at the end of the day, if we succeed in doing this to our judicial system and to a larger extent our judges, what then will be made of the system that we are operating as a nation? And a nation where judicial systems and a platform where people can freely go for to seek refuge for justice delivery and what have you, and we attack it and bastardize it and bring it to its knees, what then becomes of the future of this country? That's what I'm asking. That is the big question for me this morning, that if we continue bastardizing this judicial system and calling out and naming, calling all sorts of names, I mean, using all sorts of words and descriptions on some of our judges and the judicial system, what then becomes of the judicial system? And indeed, that is the only place we can go seek for proper justice and fairness when it comes to issues that you do not appreciate as a human being, or things that civil wrongs or what have you that have been done against you, and you want to seek refuge. If we bring it to its knees, what then becomes of us as a people? And so my call this morning is for you, is for every Ghanaian to ensure that, regardless of your political coloring, regardless of what you believe in, please and please again, let us not extend some of these bias thoughts or appreciation of certain things into the judicial system. If you disagree with the judge, the constitution and the rules of court gives you opportunity to go further, to seek for further interpretation or further explanation or what have you. For example, when Madam Sedina Temaklo felt that she had not done anything, or she was properly or was improperly incarcerated and what have you, she did not rest on her horse. She decided to take the matter to a higher court, which is her right anyway to do so. And so she and her legal team decided to go to the Court of Appeal. And today here we are. The High Court judge that sat on the matter thought that she had done some wrong, and she, based on the facts before her, and she has to go to jail to serve the punishment for what she has done to the country. Now, three-member panel in the Court of Appeal thinks that no, there were some errors that were seen or that were done against the Honorable Sedina Tamaklo in that judgment from the High Court, and so decided to overturn the judgment at the High Court. So be it. I don't know why we would want to now call all sorts of names or mention all sorts of things on radio just in a way to score some political point or bastardize the judiciary and the judges that did the case or sat on the matter. And interestingly, the rant and the talks and everything does not even go anywhere if we decide not to do the right things by using the same judicial systems to seek for another opinion or interpretation or another view of what we think has been done wrong. And so that is why I am so appreciative of the Attorney General's department led by Dr. Ayene, that he also thinks that he would have to fight this at the Supreme Court to see if the Supreme Court would have a different opinion from what the Court of Appeal has now put out. And so this is how a civilized nation behaves. This is how a nation that knows its purpose behaves. You don't just go all over the place and go on radio and TV just because you have a microphone. And I hear some colleague presenters and colleague broadcasters sit on radio and say all sorts of things about. I am not here to do that. I am here to call out anybody who would want to use thinking that you use a shortcut, and the shortcut you think is sitting on radio and TV to insult, to abuse, and to call out and abuse the judicial system. It is going nowhere. It is of no effect. I'm not sure the judges themselves, they listen to this radio and TVs, and so in the bosom of the judge they have interpreted the law to be what it is now. If you disagree, that is fine, but use the same correct channel to ensure that the justice is delivered to those that you think that you are fighting for. And so it's important that we bring this matter to the fore for you to consider and appreciate that. Don't be too swayed by politicians. As for politicians and the things they do, you can always not predict them, because in just about 2 or 3 years, a similar conversation and a similar situation when was happening, and people had problems with it and were also using the same route in complaining and calling out the judicial system and what have you. Those complaining today thought that it was right and that you cannot bastardize the judicial system. Today, what has changed? And that's the difficulty, and that's a challenge that we all need to ensure that the hypocrisy of some of the individuals in this country would have to brought to the fore, to name and shame and call out some of these people who would want to make the system very unpleasant for all of us. I mean, for somebody like myself and Kwame and all other colleagues here, we are just interested in the system's working. That is all we seek for. And that's what we want to encourage everyone listening to us this morning to do. If you disagree with the court ruling, go seek further interpretation elsewhere using the same court systems that has been made or that has been provided by the Constitution, which is a right that you always have to enjoy. So I would want to end here and also give you the opportunity to call in and share your views and thoughts on this particular matter. But then again, let me add this matter, which is also the second issue that I'd want to look at. I want to commend the Ministry of Health for instituting a committee, 11-member committee, to look into the matter of Techiman Krobo nursing training and the police brutalities. It is so very, 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 very unfair, I must say. We saw videos of policemen, brutalizing and beating and arresting people. There's no problem when people commit some crimes according to your interpretation as a law enforcement agency, and you want to crack the whip. There's no problem with that. You can arrest. But some videos where we saw beatings, caning, chasing of people here and there, I don't think that I personally do not subscribe to that. And in as much as I do not subscribe to that particular scenes that we saw on our screens, it's also important that we advise that the general public is well aware or becomes aware of the fact that you cannot also, if you have any disagreement with government policy or institutional direction or policy or agency direction or policy, it is not also for you to just jump onto the street and be causing public disorder, destroying public property and what have you. I am not saying that that is what the nurses did. No. But I'm saying that if you want to demonstrate or show disaffection for any government policy or institutional direction or what have you, there is a way to go about it. Today, we have mentioned on this show that the new patriotic party seeking to churn out a displeasure over an issue have sought relief or have sought to engage the Ghana police. The Ghana police, as we've also heard, have also given their blessing to the demonstration to happen on Thursday. This is what any civilized society is supposed to behave. And so, if you are a student or a group of students and you have a problem with your proprietor or your principal and his directions or her directions does not sit well with you, it doesn't mean that you should just hit the street of Techiman and be all over the place trying to create unnecessary tension and confusion and what have you. At least, if not for anything at all, there was an act according to the police, was a creation of public disorder, for which reason they had to come after you. Yes, the excesses we have condemned, and I'm condemning once again that the excesses of beating students up, I mean, hitting them with whatever that you had in your hands and stuff like that was not the best way to go. Maybe you can identify one or two students, arrest them, and I'm sure that the matter would have been brought to a closure and settled as well. You understand the point? And so we want to encourage that, in as much as we appreciate the work of you, Ghana Police, in ensuring that there's always peace and order, there's security, and everything is in place for the safety of others who are also citizens of this country. We want to encourage you, want to emphasize the point that there's no point in attacking or maiming or beating or causing unfair disadvantage to citizens when they decide to go, they elect to go at the wrong side of the law. Because this is an election, because somebody would have advised that we go through the proper route of writing to the police and seeking audience with them for us to demonstrate and whatever. Since that was not done, I think that it wasn't also proper in that regard. And so it's a two-way thing. The demonstrator would have to do what is right by law, and then the security person who is supposed to be providing security for you would also want to adhere to the provisions of the statutes and the constitution that mandates them to do what they have to do to ensure that people freely express their misgivings and their dissatisfaction on issues that are troubling to them, or they are not excited about. And so we welcome this very important committee. I'm told that 11th August is the deadline for them to bring their findings on what came up and what the decision would, on what brought about the confusion at the Techiman Krobo Nursing Training College, vis-a-vis the problems with them, and then the Ghana Police Service. And so we'll be looking out for the recommendations and the real details, or the issues that brought up this challenge, and we'll take it up from there. I am excited because the ministry has not slept over the happening. The ministry has decided to open that conversation up so that we put finality, and it also helps us to be able to plan or strategize moving forward into student police unrest, which is also something that has also come to live with us. And so we'll rest it here and engage you on 0500,202. You can call us or send us your message on our WhatsApp, 0500,202, and call us on 0302 208080, 0302 208080, 0302 208080.
Hello.
We have somebody on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, bro. How are you?
Where you're
Hello.
calling
Good
from?
morning.
Your name
Hello.
and
Can
where
you
you're
hear me?
calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling Alasan Sise from Zenu Central. Hello.
Hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah. What I want to say is I want to talk about the demonstration of the NPP. I don't know where their stance are, because on one breath they tell us they are the rule of law. They are the campaigns of rule of law. I want to ask a question. I have heard that they want to appeal the Wuntumi Galamsey jail issue. Are they going for the appeal court to increase the jail term of Wuntumi, or they are going for the appeal court to free Wuntumi? This is not the same thing that has happened to Ferdinand. Is Ferdinand blood different from the Wuntumi blood? The destruction of Wuntumi and Ferdinand, which one is awake which one? Are you getting it? I don't just get them.
Oh, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Seth. I'm calling from Ajekojo.
All right, let's hear
Yeah,
you.
Mr. D, I will mention it like that. You see, the law of Ghana, I'm seeing some mislinking in it. Why am I saying this thing? Supreme Court, the court, High Court judge, the one who pronounced, and the same three judge also reversed the issue and said that the Attorney General haven't do a diligent work. Now, who is suffering? It's a Ghanaian. Why Ghanaians have to suffer for it? According to my research, I realized that they have promoted the one who was the High Court who sentenced the prisoner as the appeal corner. What are you doing? There is something must be set up when your case review and all the controversies. What the Ghanaians will not be agree as there is a punishment must be there. That will lead the judge also will sit up. That I believe that will be resetting Ghana. If we are not doing things like that, somebody will use influence. Those are the corruption. Because Ghana, we don't have a civil servant which stand a wrongdoing. We all connive and say that, oh, Ghana, if you fight, you will not reach any place. I'll leave it for the other one to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your viewpoint. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Eben Kwabenya. How are you doing?
I'm fine, boss.
Follow who no road, okay? Honorable Ashimo. Follow who no road. My brother, I want to start this way. Can you give us the cost incurred by the then AG for Sednam Tamako to be sentenced? Do you know the cost?
The cost as in, I'm not getting your question.
The prosecution. I believe the taxpayers' money was.
Of course. The prosecutors will be paid.
Do you know the cost? Okay, I'm asking because for me, I want the bench to take on the trial judge because the woman did a very bad job because it was the same trial judge that gave the sentence to the current finance minister. Do you remember? Hello?
Yes.
And the current finance minister will appeal the judgment. He won at the appeal court. But then it was what? Former President Akufo-Addo regime that was in power. So it clearly tells you that judge is a very bad one. And I think this judge needs to be promoted. To be descend to the magistrate, because you can't be an high court judge and be given a bad sentencing that each and every time the country will be losing. You did to Atu appeal, he won at the appeal court. Sedinam Tamako, you give her a sentence, and the same 2024, the woman started the appeal, and all three judges realized that you did a bad job. So I think the trial judge and AG Odami have done a very bad disservice to the country, and they have to pay for the cost, because the taxpayers' money, we can't just lose our money just like that. And I also plead with the current AG, saying it's appealing it. Please, you shouldn't go and waste our taxpayers' money on such a case that you can see that the case is very flawed. And it's high time we, the followers of politicians, stop attacking issues with emotion. At times we need to read the verdict before coming out with our comments. It will help a lot. Have a good morning.
All right. So thank you. There's another person on the call. All right. So good morning.
Good morning.
Name and where you're calling from.
This is Babs from Abilene.
Right, Babs.
And may I know who is sitting on for Kwame?
It's Desmond.
Okay, Desmond. Good morning, Desmond. I want to ask this question. Sedinam, was she convicted alone, or there is another person together with her?
So there were two. Daniel Entry. Is it Entry? Yes. There's the director for operations, and then Sedinam were convicted together.
Okay. So is he also freed or he is in jail?
As far as I know, he is even in jail. He's serving a 5-year term, jail term or so. Yeah.
He is in jail.
Whether his lawyers elected to appeal, I don't know about that.
But with the same, were they convicted with the same issue, corruption issue?
Largely so. Largely so.
Okay. Okay, fine. So my party, MDC, look, people on the street, they have no idea about court issues. All they know is what? Sedinam was convicted 10 years. We have been saying this thing for a very long time. NDC, your communication is always weak. She has gone to appeal. She has been released. Up to now, me, I've never had any what press conference on how she was what released. I've never heard it anywhere. All we hear, this lawyer will say this one will say this one will say that. And we are, if we do this, we are setting something that what? Okay, fine. If NPP also come and talk today, if Mama finishes his 2-year term and NPP, God forbid, NPP wins power, I tell you, Ken Ofori-Atta will come to this country. He will come immediately to this country. So our communication, let's try to improve, advance our communication for the people to understand. Have a good morning.
Okay. All right. So thank you there. Hello. Good morning.
I agree.
I'm fine. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, it's from Adenta.
All right. Let's hear you.
See, Ghanaians, don't know, we don't see I don't know for it. Because we are independent for a long time. We don't have people. That is a mistake from military slave. We have to do that now. Oh, a big man. They say vote is your secret. When you vote for me, there's no more MPP and NDC. Huh? They didn't go, they go school, they brainwash and educate them to make them fool. So the slave masters are just laughing after them. And they wake up there, they say they carry out vote slaves to make the payers back. And you people now you are mental slaves. How can they give money to mental people? Mental man can use money better. If we wake up, we are being dirty politics. Let's stop the dirty politics and say we are Ghanaians now. No MPP, no MD. If you vote for me, let's tell the people according to our law. The one who will say the law is not again. But the country now is for everything where politics now in our country. Every state service, even politicians, we don't say politics. Why should we be doing that, my brother? When the law not talks that, the law says after vote no, we are Ghanaians, we need law to work. The president says it's done. Well, this MVP, let's ban these two parties in the country. My brother, let's just ban them and send the party that is lost, you want to know. Huh? So people who are sky themselves, and how they come and rule our country, and they are misbehaving like you don't know our right in the country. Yeah, I think I know my right by them all. I mean, if I take president right now, it will see 1 year look, and that will be better.
Anyway, thank you. Certainly, our caller is not so excited about happenings. Hello. Good morning. Ah, all right. So you would want to call again, 0302 Join us on WhatsApp as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Master.
Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Please, my name is Eddie. I'm right here on Committee 19, please.
Great. Let's hear you.
Talking about the attorney, I think that the Attorney General is working on the right, steps, and I think that justice delay is justice denied, and justice must be served in equal rights. Everybody must receive justice at the same level, so that if Mr. A is receiving justice, Mr. B too must receive the same justice. The same justice must be received in the country, so that there be fairness in the justice delivery. Thank you very much for this opportunity given me right now. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. You would also want to call 0302 and also send your messages on 0500,000 on WhatsApp. Hello, good morning. Oh, we could not get that one. You can also call as well 0302 and send us your message on WhatsApp as well 0500,000 We'll read a couple of your messages for you very soon, and so that's it over there. But let me say that the other person who was jailed alongside Madam Sedina Ntamakolo is Daniel Axim. Like I said, I'm not too sure whether his lawyers elected to appeal his conviction and sentence, and so I cannot speak to that. But at least we are well aware that Sedina Ntamakolo appealed somewhere in April, and April or May, yeah, just after the conviction of 2024, after the conviction and sentencing. All right. Hello. Good morning. Morning.
Hello, man.
Morning.
Man. Hello.
Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ayukuma.
Right. Emmanuel, let's hear you.
About the man who talk of Ferdinand's release. The two people who were released, the man talked nicely and he left something behind. He couldn't complete. When the two of them, I hear you making a comment on this when you were calling, when I was calling. When the other man, me and my brother are jailed, and my brother was not there. My brother has gone out. Now, when my brother came, he said, I was sent to the Nsawam prison to go and serve the prison terms over there. Now, when my brother came, and he said, no, the matter is not like that. And he has gone to court. And she had been released. And I am still there. Isn't it isn't it a very bad precedent? When it was the two of us who caused it. And she has come and proved that no, it is not like that. Probably I did not prove well. But the man made comments that NDC communication. When the man, the other brother came and proved that the matter was not like that, and he sent the matter to the appeal court, and the appeal court proved her guilty, and he came out. So should my brother continue to be there? Is it not the work of the NDC to go and help that man to go out, to come out of the prison? Oh, God.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts. We'll pick some few more calls, and we'll make way for the politicians to also come through, and we'll have a discussion on the topics that have been put on the table for discussion. So you want to call 0302 2080 0302 2080. As well, you would want to send your WhatsApp messages on 0500,000 202 0500,000 202, and we'll read it for you as well. Um, do we have some more calls here? Okay. Okay, so basically this is it. Let me see if I can get some of your messages and read them. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I can get some of your messages for you. Okay, right. Okay, so OPK Patriotic Voices Goso says regards to Honorable Sampine incoming. Okay, you are busily doing campaign over here. All right, KOG and Doc, please. Okay, KOG and Doc, I have a letter for Class FM and I'll be sending it every Tuesday. All right. I want to ask Zoom Lion which parts of the contract did the government take away from them? Can't they collect our refuse too and take money like this Aboboya guys are doing? These boys are disgracing the capital. Okay, the capital city with the Aboboya with this flying rubbish. Okay, at times I will fall down. It will. Okay, I'm sure you say it will fall down in the middle of the road. Capital city paradise. All right, so this is coming from our brother. Something is not clear here. Why did Madam Sedinant abscond and return until she was extradited? It took close to 3 weeks after her arrival before she was sent to prison. Why impressions that Okay, so what impressions does it leave? This High Court decision is going to serve as a precedent regardless of the outcome of the Attorney General's Supreme Court review. All right, and so that's your viewpoint to respect that. Alasan Sise from Zenu Central says, good morning to everyone. The MPP has no shame and they have no principles about rule of law. I hear them say they want to appeal the Wuntumi Galamsey jail term. What did they want the appeal court to do? To increase the jail term or to free Wuntumi? Is the law not more the law? It's a question he's asking. All right. Teacher Kujo says, okay. Teacher Kujo says the fuel price increase was discussed at the NDC cabinet meeting where President Mahama could have stopped it. Now you want to clap. You want us to clap for you because of the reduction of only 2 Ghana cedis on diesel, and though it's a major achievement. As the account proverb says, "Adanko da da dre." The rabbit is deceiving the monkey. This feels like an attempt to distract people with small concession after allowing much larger increases. It's purely Krokro de John. Greetings to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia over there. Right. So, all right. So, we would want to thank you so much for your messages. And that brings us to the end of a piece of my mind, which was brought to you by myself, Dr. Desmond Kofi Annan. We would take a breather, and when we come, we would engage the politicians from the other side on the topics that we've advanced to them to discuss for national development. Stick and stay. guests are in, but before I engage them, let's get some money. Let's get some money quickly, and we'll come back to it. Sometimes big moments start with small things: a call to a loved one, a Momo transaction to support family, a bundle to grow your business. But what if they could lead to something bigger than you ever imagined? And I'm asking you, with the MTN at 30 promo, every call, every text, every browse, every Momo transaction, every connection to home fiber, and every activity on my MTN app earns you points towards amazing results, including 9 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser Prados, over 10 million Ghana cedis in cash prize, and unforgettable experiences just for you. Because every move counts. Just dial for me. Take up your phone and dial *530# or use my MTN app to participate now. And let's stay connected everywhere you go. MTN at 30 promo, make every move count. Just be aware that every term and condition apply in this regard as well. All right, and so we'll move on. Are you ready to reveal your fortune? Reveal Scratch for Win is here to change your life for good. Just dial *850*5#, *850*5#, and win up to 1 million Ghana cedis or more in cash prizes instantly. It's easy, it's exciting, and it's regulated by National Lottery Authority. Now, just listen to me. I want to tell you that this is easy and it is fun and it's so exciting. Get ready to scratch, win, and live your best life with Reveal Scratch for Win. Up to 1 million Ghana cedis up for grabs. You'd want to take advantage of this. Just dial *850*5#, which is a short code to play. Reveal Scratch to win. Scratch keke. Na disika say bam. Reveal is strictly for persons above 18 years, and so take note of that. Finally, black red game, cash when you need it. As you enjoy every FIFA World Cup match, I know it's over, but it's still ongoing. Remember, you can also win cash instantly with black red game. This is what you're going to do. Just dial *920*9# and start playing today. Black red game, cash when you need it. And so note that this the World Cup broadcast is was proudly sponsored by the Black Red Game, and so you would want to join in this particular cash instant cash win by dialing *920# 9 *920*9# *920*9# and get to win beautifully. All right, so we'll get into the conversations right now. I have in the studio Dr. Stephen Isaka, who's a NDC communication team member, as well as Faisal Banjili. I hope I got your name right. Who's also an MPP communication team member. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Good to see you again.
Great to have
great
you.
And young.
All right, so but how is it going? Isaka, let me start with you. How is the NDC faring so far? You started some internal arrangement, party reorganization, and what have you. Which stage are you now?
Well, just like you've said, exactly that's where we are. We are at the stage where we are. People are putting themselves forward and are beginning to get out their posters.
Great.
And are beginning to pitch. Basically.
I see.
Yeah, that's where we are.
I see. I'm looking out for your party internal contest. The way you people were on the MPP when they were running.
It will pass peacefully. Nothing untoward will happen. Nothing.
So Ghanaians should be assured.
They must be assured. We are a mature political party. We're not like they are. There's nothing untoward will happen.
Let me find out from Fiza. So how is MPP faring?
Well, I think elections. Democratic elections. We are the pace setters in this country. So we as a political party, we have never believed in the idea of just anointing people. You understand? So elections has been part of the New Patriotic Party and our tradition from time immemorial.
Yeah.
So, as you may know, the process has started and it's going on well. I mean, at the moment, almost all the constituencies we've had our constituency officers
Elected.
duly elected and poised to lead the charge for a change of government in
Great.
2028.
Great.
I think sometime this month we're going to have
The region.
regional elections.
Yes.
After that, we could have the
National.
executive elections. So, as I said, I mean, elections, democratic elections, has always been.
Are you a delegate yourself?
I'm no longer
A delegate. Oh, okay.
yes.
But Isaac, are you a delegate?
No, I'm not.
You also
Not
not.
at the
Oh,
moment,
okay.
yes.
I was going to ask you your take on, but
would-
since you are not a delegate.
Oh,
But
Obi-
I voted the flag bearer.
Oh, okay.
As a former constituency and former regional officer.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
We'll be
Great.
doing the dirty work while others are out there campaigning. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with this particular issue. I think we should start with the fuel increase and the fact that government has elected to absorb some 2 Ghana cedi out of the diesel price build-up. Let me start. You are coming from government, so Doc, let me start with you.
Yeah.
How effective is this absorption of the build-up, the diesel price build-up, the 2 Ghana cedis out of the price build-up? Because a lot of the commuters and the drivers themselves, some do not seem to appreciate it. They think that, oh, this is nothing. And even if you do any absorption, not just diesel alone, you should be doing for petrol as well. I mean, how do you situate all of this conversation?
Thank you, and good morning to everyone. Good morning to Faisal, good morning to you, Doctor, and good morning to Kwame, and good morning to your cherished listeners, and of course to the NDC fraternity. Look, from the get-go today, I like us to cut through the political noise of the NPP. I like us to cut through the political theater of the NPP. We in the NDC are doing what we do best, which is to govern sensibly and to put money in the pockets of people and to deliver tangible benefits to people. Okay. On the contrary, what is the NPP doing? They are planning a demo on Thursday. While they are doing so, we will be governing, we will be navigating the country through the choppy international waters and global increase of prices. Look, we are a government that is for Ghanaians. And that is why they will be able to trust us. Let's ignore their tactics and let's focus on the facts. Okay. Look, this intervention is a lesson, a masterclass in how you govern. It's a masterclass in sympathy. It's a masterclass in how a government is savvy and how it deals with its people when push comes to shove. Okay. So when we heard this, when the floor price came along, when global prices went aboard again, what did we do? We absorbed 2 cedis, all right, per liter, on diesel. Okay, so I get the question is this having any tangible benefits? Isn't it? Yes, that is fine. And so the idea is that this straight away should begin to dampen any attempt to increase transport prices. Because transport prices are quite escalatory. Once transport prices go up, it affects every other thing. So this will have a knock-on effect on that. On top of that, what this would do is this. Look, we are saving 2 cedis. Okay, it's actually costing us 2 cedis per liter. Do you know how much that is per gallon? That is 9 cedis per gallon. So if you're a diesel driver, if you're a truck driver who buys fuel in the gallons, in huge quantities, do the maths. Think about how much they will be saved.
Yes, and yesterday I was listening to the operations director for NPA on one of our sister stations, and he makes the point that government would have to, with this particular intervention of 2 cities, is going to lose a whooping amount of about 500 million.
It's actually between 460 and 500 million. Okay, that is how much it's going to cost us in revenue. All right. So while others are counting the micro pennies, we don't want to count micro pennies. Our concern is the ordinary Ghanaian. Okay. Now let me stay on that trajectory. 500, Is how much it's going to cost us. All right. Now, there are about 4 million registered vehicles in this country. All right. At every timing point, we have about 400,000 truckers in terms of commercial drivers, your taxi drivers, your trotro drivers, and your haulage drivers. Okay. Doctor, if you do the maths, per month, we will be saving every commercial driver 1,150 cedis, over 1,000 cedis every month. That is how much every commercial driver will save. Let's move it towards every other driver. Throw in every driver. At the moment, there are probably about 2 million drivers, okay, in Ghana. Now, if you do the maths again and you divide what we have just done between every single driver will be saving 250 cedis at the end of the month. Look, governance is about priorities. Okay, we can juxtapose this with our opponents, the opposition. Let me not say opponent. That's a deep word. With the MPP, when they were in power and it got to the crunch, when fuel prices were at the highest, they didn't give us any subsidies. What they did was to lump us levy after levy. Right? They gave us the e-levy, they gave us the emission levy, they gave us all the E's you can think about. They gave us betting levy, they gave us COVID levy. We didn't just take these away, all right? We've taken them away. In addition to that, we are saving every driver 2 cedis per liter on diesel, all right? And what this would translate to is tangible benefits to every single driver. It is going to cost us, like I said, almost 500 million. But yet, like I said, government is about priorities. Our priority as social democrats is to carry the people with us and to ensure that the ordinary Ghanaian will be able to afford a decent standard of living. Now, remember, this takes effect straight away.
Yes.
And that means that transport fares will be stayed. They're not going to go up. We don't expect, our transport drivers to be charities. So by taking these 2p, I say 2p, I was talking about pence here, by taking these 2 cedis off them, all right, this means that at least they'll keep the prices where they are. It also means that it shows that our macroeconomic management is superior to our opposition. All right, and this is a government that is listening. If you want to know what a listening government is like, it's like President John Dramani Mahamed's government, and this is what listening governments do. Remember, I simply confused 2 pence. Look, I have never seen, in all my sojourning across the world, I have never seen a government take things beyond pence off of fuel. To have a government take 2 cedis and to take a hit. Remember, we are taking a hit on this. But we are taking that hit comfortably because we have managed our borrowing. We have managed, and remember, we haven't borrowed to do this. We are simply astute managers of the economy. And just in case you ask me where that money is coming from, it's simply because we are astute managers of the economy. And that is why we have been able to save enough to throw into this, to save the Ghanaian. That is what good governments do, and that is what we will do as the NDC.
Okay. All right. So that's Dr. Stephen Isaka from the NDC sharing his views on that particular subject. Fizo, let me hear from you. I mean, the minority or the NPP as a political party does not. I've heard some of your leaders. I mean, not very excited about this.
Thank you very much for
And the drivers as well, some a cross section of the drivers and even commuters.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And then let me also say good morning to my co-panelists.
Welcome.
Stephen
Yeah.
Isaka, and all those who are fortunate enough today to tune to this program. Personally, if you listen to Dr. Stephen, I mean, it looks like we are still, the NDC is still in a campaign mood. The fact of the matter is that realities are catching up on them. And they are pretending that they want to do something. The thing is that until now, we were made to believe that it was, the MPP government, the elsewhere MPP government was insensitive to the sufferings of Ghanaians in respect of the issue of fuel prices going up, and then the fact that the New Patriotic Party had cited certain exogenous factors. And today, you know, when the NDC came into office in 2025, you realize that there was some stability as far as the crude market, the international crude market is concerned. So you could see that the NDC were rejoicing, making it look as if they were actually working hard to ensure that we had stability as far as the issue of fuel prices in this country is concerned. Most of these things are determined by what happens in the global market. You understand?
Yeah.
But they were pretending. You could hear a lot of them saying that Atu is forcing, Atu is doing this, Atu is doing this. Atu is still around. He's still in charge of our finances. But what is happening? You understand? And I want to also make it quite clear. The issue of the two Ghana cities is woefully inadequate. And all the stakeholders are complaining. GPRTU is one of the major stakeholders because this two Ghana cities subsidy is intended to assist most of public transport users. You understand? Because most of us individuals, we drive petrol engines. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, so definitely it's not going to cushion us in any way. You understand? That is why I even think that it's selective. Because it should have been across board. You understand?
All the various.
Yes. I mean, it should have been diesel and petrol. You understand? And I just read from GPRTU. They are saying that definitely they are going to increase prices. I mean, fares will go up.
The lorry fares will go up.
Yes. Because first of all, the two Ghana cities is woefully inadequate. And they are also saying that if you look at maintenance cost, it's going up. Spare parts prices are going up. You understand? So in terms of their price, it's not only about fuel. There's a bunch of components they are dealing with. And we are being told that inflation is stable, interest rate is what? What do you call it? The exchange rate is also stable. But GPRTU, what they are telling you is that they are not feeling it. The average truck driver is struggling on a daily basis to even break even. That's what they are saying. So it tells you that all the macroeconomic indicators you have been touting is actually not having any significant impact as far as the ordinary Ghanaian is concerned. And for me, it's just exposing the NDC because anytime the MPP tried to increase fuel prices, they were always there complaining, demonstrating. You understand? Now it looks like Dr. Nko are having issues with people demonstrating. They are governing and we are demonstrating. Demonstrations are constitutional guaranteed rights of every citizen of this country. If government is trying to do something, or if government is trying to kind of bring about a policy or a program, and you feel that it is against or is going to negatively affect you and the general public, you have the constitutional guarantee right to demonstrate.
Exactly.
To just tell government that what you are doing, we do not appreciate it. It's not going to inure to the benefit of the broad masses of our people.
Indeed.
That's what demonstrations are about. And the NDC are champions of that. Anytime they always kind of change CJA and what, you understand, brand themselves in some kind of, broad political movement. But behind the scenes, you know that it is an NDC affiliate. So for me, NPP, we have the right as a political party, as citizens of this country, to protest if we feel that the government or the country is not governed properly.
Okay.
That is why we are an alternative.
But do you think that this petrol politics that both of you parties, political parties, do, it's not going anywhere? It's not helping anybody. In fact, both governments, it's not helping you in any way, and that the conversation has to be elevated to a more pragmatic and a more, something that the Ghanaian would get to understand that the reality is really what both parties are dealing with, and not political interest and political point scoring.
Yeah, so for me, my personal view is that as more and more of our people become discerning, and they kind of read between the lines, there will come a time that for when a politician comes to pretend that when I win political power, I'm going to reduce fuel prices for you, I'm going to do so, so and so.
Yes.
I mean, people will kind of let the person know that no, please, we should move beyond that. Because as I told you, I mean, petrol prices are determined globally. You understand? If there is a rise in fuel prices globally, I mean, crude prices globally, no government in a third world country can pretend to say that we are not going to increase. There will always be an increment. And that is why the National Petroleum Authority implemented this price deregulation policy. The government introduced price deregulatory authority, policy to ensure that whatever happens globally, I mean, it will have, I mean, they will also respond here.
Yeah.
If there's an increment, they will increase. If there is a reduction, they have to also reduce their price. But over the years, you realize that sometimes some governments, when there is an increment, that is when they talk about deregulation. And when there is a reduction, they pretend as if
Nothing
has happened because, I mean, because of all these subsidies we are talking about. Because I've read something from a tax expert who is saying that how sustainable is these subsidies? And because at some point, if government realize that they are not missing out on their fiscal target, definitely they'll find a way of introducing other taxes to make up the difference. And I think that we get to a certain point, you have to let Ghanaians realize that these things are not determined by local politicians or policymakers. I mean, global crude prices will continue to rise and fall. And if it does, let the ordinary Ghanaian know that, I mean, there's an increment. So we are also going to do it here.
Yes.
And what government should also do going forward is to reduce the number of taxes that governments put on crude prices. Because many economists will say that it's the easiest way of raking in taxes or revenue.
Money.
So they put a lot of taxes on the
petroleum
petroleum prices. So there is a need for government, instead of doing this shambolic 2 Ghana cedis reduction, to reduce some of the taxes. And I think that is when Ghanaians will feel it the more. But this 2 Ghana cedis, all of us sitting here, how many of us drive petrol car? Diesel cars. So basically, we are cut off. Meanwhile, you and I don't know, but I'm a straggler. You understand? So I'm cut off. You understand? Exactly. So let us do it this way. If we begin to take out some of the taxes, I mean, they call it nuisance taxes out, I believe there will be significant reduction and the ordinary Ghanaian will enjoy it.
All right, Doc, but the same question to you. Yes, the same question to you. Yeah. That we should by this time come of age as politicians and political actors that this petrol politics we need to get away from.
I will answer that, but just a quick rebuttal to my friend. He says he's a struggling man. You're dressed so well at this and you tell me you're a struggling man. Where is the struggle?
It's in the pocket.
It's in the pocket in your face, brother.
No, it's in the pocket.
In opposition, you're looking so beautiful. What will happen when you come into power? But listen, he talks about reality. Reality is when exchange rates go from 17 to 11.90. The reality is when inflation goes from 23 to single digits. Reality is when our debt to GDP ratio falls from where they are to where they are from almost 100% to where they are today, 40-something percent. Reality is when you go from junk status as an economy to one that is B with a positive outlook. That is reality. It's still forcing. Is still forcing as in CING. That is why we have all these macro indicators, beautiful macro indicators we are talking about. Look, I just did a simple computer exercise where I asked AI to check if the dollar ratio, CD ratio was about 17, what would have been the price? And you know what the price would have been? It would have been between 25 and 27 CDs. So if the NPP was still in power, that is how much would have been paying for fuel in this country. Because it is not just about the global prices. It's also about local indicators, okay, inflation as well as the CD dollar, because we buy our fuel in dollars. On top of that, think about toll. They almost mortgage toll out to one of their benefactors, all right? And the toll was dead, all right? What is toll doing today? Toll is giving us almost 45,000 barrels of refined crude oil a day. Can you imagine if we had given this out on a song? So look, reality is what we have today. Reality is the fact that everybody around the world, every government around the world, every institution worth its salt around the world think that we have come from a junk status. They left us to where we are today. Reality is when you don't have to pay e-levy. Reality is when you don't have to pay COVID levy. Reality is when, as a young man, you bet you don't have to pay a betting levy. Are we forcing? Atu is still forcing. Let's talk about the fuel politics. Look, exogenous factors were never a problem in this country until a certain His Excellency Dr. Bawumia came along into the political scene and told us that, look, what are we complaining about when he was giving all those beautiful lectures? What are we complaining about as the NDC? All right? Things are happening somewhere in the world and we are saying it's affecting us. There's nothing like that. So I'm not sure why when we talk about exogenous factors, the NDC, the NPP gets jittery. Okay? They are part of it. That is what they use. That is what we will use. Okay? So yes, look, fuel politics. We are not doing we are not doing this to earn praise. We are simply doing this because we are social democrats. And what social democrats do is that they put the people first. So this is not about politics for us. All right. He talked about demonstration. Of course, demonstrate when you have to demonstrate. But what is this demonstration about? Because
I think we'll get there. That should be the next.
Because you can't stand the rule of law. All right, a court rules against you and you are demonstrating. What kind of demonstration is that? A bunch of lawyers behaving like people in the
Don't worry. All right, so yes, you want to quickly rebut to
because you see, it is important for us to understand. I mean, the macroeconomic environment we are told is kind of stable, and it's for doctor to also understand because at the height of the global crisis, I mean COVID and other Ukraine war, inflation was around 50-something%. But at the time it was handed over, I mean, to you, it was around 23%. You cannot discount that kind of achievement. You understand? Some factors push it up. And the same government managed it from 50-something to 20-something. That is a remarkable achievement. But our point is that, and that is the complaint many Ghanaians are raising. Why is it that you are touting these positive macroeconomic indicators and yet the average Ghanaian is not feeling it? You understand? Many people are concerned. And let's talk about the dollar rates. Practically, you go to the interbank rate, they will give you some figures around 11 point something. But you call Abochi now, Abochi will tell you that I'm getting, if you want to get it, you get it 13%, 13 Ghana cedis.
So why are you going to Abushi?
You can get it in the bank.
Asking for me.
If God can get it, I have some cedis that I need some dollars. If he can get it for me, I'll give it to him. At 11, if he can get it at least $10,000, I have a friend who wants to travel. I'll give it to him to get me there.
You are putting it to Doc, eh?
Yes, if he can get it at the interbank rate.
Doc,
tomorrow
you've
I can call him, get him the money. My friend is going to China.
Okay.
I'll give him the money to give us 10,000 USD.
But the Bank of Ghana directive was that yes, if you want to use that money, you go. They would do the transaction for you. Was it not a direction from?
Why must that be the case? Why can't I keep my money?
Was it not a direction
so
from?
So if I want to do a transaction at the airport, how am I going to do it?
Takes more. Takes more.
That's what we are saying. You see, you cannot be spending billions of cedis to create an artificial stabilization and think that we should clap for you. That cannot happen.
Okay, all right. So let's move on.
Let me say that I mean, the demonstration is not about setting up.
No, that's what I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming there. We'll get into
because,
it.
don't make it look like it's about setting up.
Really? Okay, but I will get your. I will get you. You would. It's your demonstration, so
Yes.
you would explain to us what the demonstration really is. And like we said this morning, it is dubbed "Democracy Under Attack." And essentially,
So
as
that's
I've
what it
read,
is.
yes,
That's what it is.
yes, but as I read and listened to your national organizer, he makes a point that largely it is because of the said Dinan Tamaklu release. That is why they think that it is so unfair for the state to suffer that kind of situation, especially when there's been monies involved. While if he's been released, what happens to the monies that were involved in the trial and all that? So take us through the protest, the MPP protest, which is supposed to happen on Thursday.
Yes.
But are you minded that Thursday is exactly 1 year of the demise of these great gallant men of this country? How do you put that into your demonstration? The country has I mean, the government has brought a roadmap as to how the state is going to mourn I mean, go through the process of the first 1 year anniversary of these people, and they also bringing this demonstration.
Yeah.
Does it sit well?
Well,
personally, not. I want your personal.
The point is that, I mean, it's unfortunate that we lost our brothers on that day. Mohamed Mutala is a distant cousin of mine from the Tolong area. His father and my father were distant cousins. And it's quite regrettable, knowing very well that he passed on leaving young kids around. So it's a concern to all of us. We pray and hope that he and the other colleagues who died in the course of duty are in heaven. And we believe that their, I mean, life over there is far better than it is here. But of course, as you know, I mean, many people have extended their sympathies in many ways to the families. But government definitely has the right to remember them in any form or fashion they want to do it. I know the demonstration will also come on. It doesn't change anything. We are demonstrating to let the world know what is going on in this country. There are a lot of issues that the demonstrators have enumerated as being the reason why we intend to demonstrate. If you look at the political state now, there's a lot of fear. There's a kind of culture of silence in this country. The culture of silence is very much with us. There's selective justice in this country. People who voice, I mean, dissenting views, or people who are out to expose wrongs in society or in government are targeted for arrest. And if you are arrested, they bring about some strange bail conditions. You understand? And these are all concerns that people think that we have to raise. You understand? I mean, nobody is against any people being asked to account. At the end of the day, if you are asked to manage an institution of the state, after your tenure of office, you are required to account. But you cannot be selective when it comes to accountability. In one breath, you are busy filing noli prosequi to free people who were standing trial under the SWA administration. And on the other hand, you are going after people you suspect, people in the past government, I mean the past MPP government you suspect in some way or other have done something wrong. You understand? I mean, there should be equality. I mean, there should be equality as far as the issue of accountability is concerned. you cannot in one breath telling your party members who were standing trial to bring 70% of the money that we think was stolen or misappropriated. And then on the other hand, you are going after your opponent because in your opinion, they have misconducted themselves. And I read something, and I said it yesterday here. Kofi Bentil put a post on Facebook, and he said that if you were to examine what, I mean, in the case of Hanan and Ken Oforiata, you understand, if you are going to look at their case, if you are going to straight it to Sedna Tamakulo's issue and the judgment thereof, then you just see that Hanan and Ken should have been allowed to go scot-free. You understand? So these are some of the issues we are raising. Look at Miracle Abuaji, because the guy is a thorn in the flesh of the government. He's always out there eloquently exposing rots in the government. Now, I've read somewhere this morning that his accounts have been frozen. The other time he was arrested, and whole lot of issues because the gentleman has also declared his intention to contest as the National Director of Communications. And this government suspecting that this guy is not yet the director yet. Look at the hell he's giving us. If we wait and allow him to kind of win as a substantive Director of Communication, then it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a rocky ride. You understand? So I think that we have to stop some of these things because, you see, the freedom of speech or the democracy we are enjoying, people fought blood, sweat to ensure that we have democracy in this country. People have broken the culture of silence. And here, when I talk about the culture of silence, I remember the venerable Professor Albert Aduboahene. He was the gentleman who broke the culture of silence in this country. The antecedents of the NDC, PNDC, they were not willing to accept democratic rule. And they were behind this arrest of dissenting views. People who were trying to give alternative views were being hounded. Some were persecuted. You understand? And it appears there's a kind of deja vu. I mean, we are going back to those dark days. And I think that people like Doctor, who have also enjoyed the democratic environment, should rather support the New Patriotic Party for us to ensure that, I mean, there is some kind of sustainability. And I mean, there's some kind of sustainability as far as the issue of freedom of speech. I mean, freedom of association, all the rights guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution are seriously protected. We shouldn't allow anybody, because they want to get a third term, they are trying to silence everybody. You understand? And we are not interested. We don't care who leads the NDC. But if you look at the trend, it appears that somebody is trying to get a third term. And they are doing
who probably is that?
The current president.
President Mahama wants to get a third term.
Because the NDC, it looks like they don't have a credible candidate. So
no, but the
constitution
constitution.
Now floating the idea.
Fine, but the constitution as it is now does not support that. How do you juxtapose this conversation to what the constitution says?
Conversation is in the air. You see people discussing it, and I am surprised because nobody in the MPP can attempt something like that. Even the great J. Kufuor, after his 8 years, he had to go. The great Nana Addo Dankwa, after his 8 years, he had to go. So is it that the NDC doesn't have a credible candidate, or why the talk about third term?
President Mahama,
yeah.
President Mahama, sorry, but President Mahama has stated time without number that he's not interested in running the presidency again after 2028. Or you don't believe that?
Not interested. You know, when President Mahama lost the 2016 election, his family came out to say that he wasn't going to contest the elections again. Where are we? You see, some politicians, when they are like some careless drivers. they will indicate that they are going left before you realize they are on the right lane.
But that,
You understand? So you see, when you are dealing with some politicians, when the 2016 elections happened, the family came out. If you Google it, you get it. They said that there's no way they are going to allow their brother to contest any elections again. Who is the president? So you have to be careful about that. The NDC, as it is, they have, and some. I was expecting that a lot of them should join us to ensure that. I mean,
should join the MPP.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. We are fighting for the protection of fundamental human rights in this country. You understand? And you see, whichever government that is in power, those rights should be protected. And if we realize that they are at the threat, it is for righteous members of the NDC to also join us, to send a signal that those things nobody can take away from Ghanaians.
I see. All right, but before I move on to Doc, you made some pronouncement about the fact that certain personalities in your party are being targeted because of various reasons. You mentioned the miracles, because he's vocal and he's always on the government. Are you minded about the substance of the case as has been put out?
Well, my attitude is that, as I told you from the beginning, I'm not against accountability.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if you have been entrusted with the resources of this country, and after a period of time, I mean, there's no need for people asking you to account. But it shouldn't be targeted at people who are speaking against the government. You know, recently the Deputy Attorney General just released an information that very soon the docket on the minority leader is ready. You understand? These are all inferior communist intimidatory tactics.
You think so?
It is. Because the minority leader has been very vocal lately. And the idea is to silence him. So it's just to throw it. Because if you have evidence, why are you going to the press? The press is not the court.
Indeed.
You understand?
Yeah.
You need to go to court and let him have his day.
Okay.
You understand? But doing all these things, I mean, just show that there is a very well-designed attempt to silence voices of dissent.
Okay. Let's find out. Doc.
Yes, sir.
Why are you people also chasing
Look,
people who are putting you on your toes? Why?
There's a bit of few things I need to talk through, and then I will answer your question.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
So an arsonist comes into this property and he sets it on fire, and then he's giving water to douse the fire, and then you say we should clap for him. You took inflation to 54. So if you bring it to 23, what have you done? You've done absolutely nothing. You've done nothing. And they want us to clap for them. No, you can't set a house on fire and then quench the fire and want us to clap for you. We will not be clapping for you. That's not how it works. All right. Now, look, could the MPP have picked up any other day? Of course, there are 7 days in a week. Why on earth, the day gallant men died, that the MPP goes to put their demo on the same day? You know what it's meant to do? It is simply meant to divert attention from whatever attention these people were going to, and desecrating their memory. That is what it is, basically. 7 days in the week, they couldn't find another day to do this. All right. Now, he spoke about some great leaders. He spoke about great Kufuor, the great President Kufuor. I'll give you that. He also spoke about the great Nana Addo. I wouldn't give you that, because there's never been an era in Ghana where Ghanaians suffered as much as they did under President Nana Addo. Even the JSS child would tell you that that is not a great president. Yes, he brought, SSS, but to what effect today? Look at it. Look at the shambolic thing. We are still here dousing the fires of double track, and you call him great. Under his tenure, our debt to GDP went up to 104, and you want us to clap for, you call him great. Under his tenure, what was inflation? 54%, and you want us to call him great. Under his tenure, he became a clearing agent for everybody who did wrong under his government. And you call, no, we're not going to give you that. Okay. But let's come to the substance here. He talks about the NDC witch hunting them. Look, let's just frame this demo for what it is. This is a lawless assault on democracy and our judicial system. Simple and pure. There's nothing more than that. My brother sat here. He couldn't tell you why they were going on demonstration. He changes it
Oh,
to.
he said it.
He said democracy. What democracy?
To protect our democracy.
My brother, you sat here and you spoke beautifully and you criticized us. Nobody will touch you. Nobody under your watch. Under your watch. Under your watch. Hang on, please.
I'm interested in that. I'm coming. I will come and find out why you are carrying your pillow.
Faisal, you had your turn.
Allow him.
They will never come after you because you haven't done anything wrong. Okay, and you are speaking so beautifully for your party. Why would they, under your watch, TV stations were invaded? All right, who is going to come here and arrest us? So to say that you are demonstrating for democracy, no. What you are demonstrating for is a lawless assault on the judiciary in this country. In one breath, when the judiciary finds in your favor, you praise them, you clap for them. When they played court, as happened in the case of Pandai, and I come from Pandai, so I'm very proud of Pandai. We would have wanted to win that one from you, but you were lucky. The appellate court ruled in your favor. Okay? Yes, they ruled in your favor and stole it from us, but it's fine.
Really?
It's fine. We'll take that one. Okay? Who would have taken that seat away from you? When they ruled in your favor, what did you say? You are here telling us that Untumi is going before the appellate court. But yet, when another citizen goes to the appellate court and she is exonerated, let's see this for what it is. Sedina was exonerated completely by the court, and you have a problem with that, and you want to go on demonstration. What is that for? A lawless assault on the judiciary. But under our problem, under our rule, under our watch, judicial institutions in this country will be protected. Okay, you talk about Miracle Body. Look, just because your name is Miracles and you communicate effectively doesn't mean that when there's accountability issues, we should leave you walking around. We are talking about 55 million CDs here that came out as a result of what we call a forensic audit. And you want us to leave him to be walking around. In any case, who has done anything to Miracles? Miracles had a travel ban placed on him. But before that happened, he had already traveled. When he came back, he was picked up. Within 48 hours, he was released. Miracle is jumping from studio to studio, trying to sound even louder than Yoko. Nobody has touched him. All right. Now his accounts are frozen. Why are the accounts frozen? Look, you don't just click your finger and freeze anyone's account.
Yes, and I hear
it's illegal.
Yes,
they went to the High Court.
Yes.
All right. The same court you are bastardizing today. That's the court they went to, and the court says you can freeze it. If there's no prima facie case, why would they freeze that account? If there's nothing to answer, why would they freeze it? And you talk about how you have the democracy under your watch, under Godfrey Dami. What did not happen in this country? We still remember that phone call to Japan. And before I was out of jurisdiction when that phone call was made to Japan, and I couldn't tell who was the lawyer in that conversation. Listen to it well. And if you don't know their voices, you will wonder who the lawyer was. And to then know that the one who was actually looking for, that gendarme was the lawyer and was the foremost lawyer in this country, just beggars belief. And then you come and sit here and tell us that Ghana was democratic under your watch. Under whose watch? No. Under the NDC, look, we respect institutions. If you break the law and institutions come for you, that is what it is. Okay? Now you talk about we filing noli prosequi. Yes, you have 8 years to prosecute these guys, but you were persecuting them. You were persecuting them. Within the 8 years, you could not establish anything against them. Did you want us to prosecute them and die? It doesn't work like that. And like you've never used noli prosequi. What happened to Gregoire Foko? You released him, you found noli prosequi and released him and arrested him again. This is the government that says they are democratic. Look, let's just keep it this simple and pure. What they are doing tomorrow is an intimidation of institutions in this country. But you know what? While they are doing that, we will be working assiduously to make sure that food is put on the table of Ghanaians. We'll be working assiduously to make sure inflation remains where it is. We'll be working assiduously to make sure the dollar-CD ratio remains where it is.
Yeah, but same on this particular subject. I mean, the Attorney General holds a contrary view to the position of most of you communicators and party faithfuls.
Yes.
What do you say to that? Because the Attorney General is also part of your government.
Fantastic. But doesn't that not call for applause? That you have an Attorney General who is able to stand up against his party's wishes and do the right thing.
So the
What
wish
did
of
we
the
have?
party
What
is
did
that-
we have? The wish of the party is that the
Party is
woman
that
has been
Selina should go free,
exonerated.
yeah?
The woman
Should go
has
free.
no. Look, okay, let's go to the substance of the case. Let's go to the,
No,
you
we-
can,
no,
you can
we-
clap as much as you
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
But let's
we-
go
we
to the
cannot go-
substance.
FTC and
Let's go to
corruption.
the-
What
Just one
what
second.
is the substance of the case?
Look, they did a poor job.
believe
He was
Exactly.
a lawyer.
And-
They did a
and-
poor job.
yes,
But let's
and
just
the
look
Court
at
of
the
Appeal
case for
has-
which she was convinced.
Exactly.
Look, you bring me, I give you a loan, 500,000 cedis as a boss of a company. Bring me back the money. You don't take the money to the office. A whole director of a microfinance company like Obatampa, you don't take the money to the office. You take the money and you meet me at the fuel station.
Who requested
and you
for the
give me.
meeting?
Were you there?
Who requested?
You and I
Yeah,
were
but
not
you-
there.
but
You and I
the
were not
conversation-
there.
Who requested?
You
No,
and I
no,
were
but
not
the
there.
conversation
You and I
of
were not
the
there. Do you
Batampa,
have a proof of it? You
the
don't have it.
conversation, yes.
You don't
So
have
that's
it.
what I'm trying to say.
You don't have the
corruption.
You
Do have the
you
proof?
you make the point. You make the point that
you don't have it.
yes, the director makes the point that
between two
yes,
people.
and he could not prove it,
And he could not
and
prove
that
it.
is on
So
record.
why is he not guilty and
That's
Ferdinand is
on
guilty?
record. That's on
Well,
record.
Why is he not guilty and Ferdinand is
So
guilty?
Ferdinand should go back to America
the one
with
on,
the money.
She doesn't want to. Who wants
that
to live in?
what-
Who
is
wants
that
to live
what-
in anybody's country?
I'll come back.
anyway?
I'll come to
I don't
you.
want to live in anyone's country. What about the one on the vehicles? Who renegotiated it? It was Sticker. Who renegotiated it? Who paid it? The finance minister. Why does she have to answer for it? What
Was
about the
it
one?
negotiated?
What about the one on the Cantamanto, disaster? We are told the money was disbursed. What about the one on the training? The Yoko asked the regional. They did not. So on what basis are you convicting the
So
poor woman?
the Attorney
You were
General shouldn't-
persecuting her.
so
That's what you were
is
doing.
the Attorney General doing now?
Which Attorney
You see,
General?
The
Oh,
current
and you
is
see
he
that-
also persecuting?
No, let him
You
land.
see the
Let him land,
ambassador.
and you come.
You see
When
the
he lands,
ambassador.
you come. When he lands,
if,
you come.
If the Honorable Dominic Ayini had said he will not pursue this case, they would have said, yeah, we said it. Now he's persecuting it, you have a problem. Do you remember before the matters even look that day I was here. I was here with Ivan
Very
on
interesting.
Thursday when the matters broke. And we also and I said, oh my God, we communicated. Where are we going to? You go and you read the ruling, and you can. This government was a diabolical government that persecuted its citizens. All right, and as we speak now, a poor woman, somebody's wife, somebody's husband, who should be at home, is probably sitting in jail. What is that for? They persecuted her. You did a shambolic job, and you persecuted her. What is that for? All right, but under this government, look, President Mahama promised to safeguard every Ghanaian's liberty.
Okay.
They can go and demonstrate. While they are doing so, we will be working to protect Ghanaians and our pockets. And
All
that
right.
is why we brought that. We absorbed the 2 CDs from fuel.
Faisal, yes,
So let me
I know
say
you want to.
something, because I know when I said that Nanado was a great leader, Doctor had issues with that, and that kind of surprised me because even in his attempt to explain, he said that Nanado implemented free senior high school. You understand? You see, Doctor and I we were told these things happened during the colonial administration, but for somebody coming to do it, implement free senior high school. Then, remember, Dr. Nko said it was not feasible. It was even the current president said that it was not feasible. So I called Nanado a great leader because, for me, to have implemented one district, one factory, is not a joke.
Where are the factories?
It's not a mean achievement.
Where are the factories?
Go and read
Oh, my
Oh.
brother.
Ghana-
Oh, that's
Ghana-
He has
Gandam.
a flaw. He has a
That's
flaw.
Gandam.
He has a flaw.
There's no factory there.
He has a flaw.
Doc, maybe it may interest you to go and read what you call it, National Development Planning Commission report on the one district, one factory. You see that over 100 of them are in operations. And it's also very important because I called him a great leader because Nanado came to restore, allowances to teachers and nurses, just to encourage them to go into nursing and teaching because we have a short supply of them. Nanado implemented the Zongo Development Fund to bring infrastructure, critical infrastructure to the Zongo communities. Doctor sitting here, he says he comes from Panda. I know Panda very well.
Okay.
There is a huge Agenda 111 project there. Before then, President Kufuor had built an ultra-modern hospital in Panda. Nanado is constructing an Agenda 111 hospital in his
In
constituency.
use now?
It's
Or
under
it's
construction.
construction, okay.
The project is over 80% complete.
After-
I know,
okay.
After 8
I
years.
know about that project.
Before
I
he
know.
left office?
Yeah, before
Oh,
he
okay.
left office.
Okay.
So, you see, for me as a Dagomba, and he also comes from the northern region, he knows that Dagbon used to have serious chieftaincy problem that was retiring development. It was like a Gordian knot. Nanado untied that one. He restored peace in Dagbon. That is not a mean achievement. So for me, as a proud son of Dagbon, if I call him a great man, it means that Nanado is a great man. But you see, it's just a matter of time. Right now, many Ghanaians are now saying that, oh, so after all, Nanado did all these things. Look at the hospitals that are coming up. The children's hospital over there around, what's the name of the community? On the Kaswaru, you understand?
Yes.
Nana Akufo-Addo has done a lot for this country. So if people like us decide to say he's a great leader, you just have to accept that. You understand? So for me, why are we demonstrating? And I think I've made it quite clear. And we are saying that we are observing that the democracy that we all toil to bring about is under threat. And if democracy is under threat, it's for all of us, lovers of democracy, lovers of free speech, lovers of fundamental human rights, to come out and protest so that the government will know that what they are doing is unacceptable. You understand? Trying to stifle voices of dissent is undemocratic. It's unacceptable. And for me, I mean, if people are beginning to arrest and prosecute TikTokers, you understand, and we cannot complain. Anybody, you understand? An NDC organizer said that they killed over 30 cows to ensure that.
Oh, is that an NDC organizer?
Elected. Yes,
the lady
he's a pastor.
He's a pastor.
He says he's an NDC person. So a lady just repeated it, and the lady is standing trial. You understand?
Because she's been convicted
and as I told you,
and sentenced.
Now when I'm coming for a program like this, I just tell my wife, I may not come back. I tell my wife and my children, I may not come back.
Nobody will touch you,
my pillow is in my car.
You are safe.
You understand? I may be arrested.
You are safe on that watch.
Against
Nobody
government.
will touch you, my brother.
You understand?
You are safe.
I see.
You see, we have
So
seen it.
currently your pillow is still in the car.
It's there. I told Kwame
Nobody will touch you.
when I'm coming, I just tell them that I may not come back.
Nobody will touch
You understand? Because you see, our forebears fought for freedom of speech in this country. They fought for the restoration of democracy in this country. And it is our duty, who are still alive, to protect it. We cannot allow anybody on a desire to get a third term to stifle voices. You understand? We will not allow that. We will fight it to the peril of our blood.
Okay.
Because people died to bring about democracy in this country.
Okay.
And if we realize that, we observe that democracy is under threat, there is the need for us to come out and protest. Let them know that we know what they are doing and they have to stop it.
Okay. All right. So that's it. I think that should be it for this particular discussion on the subject where we're trying to get into the reasoning why the NPP is embarking on this demonstration, dubbed the Democracy Under Attack, which is scheduled for Thursday. We hear they would converge at the Supreme Court, go through Ioko, and then to Jubilee, and then finally Parliament. In all of this, there will be presenting a petition to the officials over there for consideration. Okay, so you're still listening to Class 91.3 FM.
You don't have time for closing remarks.
No, we are not done.
Okay.
We'll come and deal with the last topic. And so you're still listening to us live on Class 91.3, Facebook and YouTube, Class 91.3. You can send your messages as well. 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. When you come on Facebook and YouTube, you can share the link so that someone else can also be part of the show as well. Okay, I got a couple of messages. I'll read them to you before the close of the show. So let's take note of that. Okay, so let's do the last topic. Really, it has to do with Miracles Abuaje's seizure of some properties, and let me say that 5 bank accounts of Miracle Abuaje has been freezed by the High Court in Accra when Ioko got to the court to allow it freeze those accounts because of the investigations that is ongoing around Miracle Abuaji over there. And then 4 other landing properties of the gentleman has also been freezed. He has a 7-bedroom residential property at Latte, and then 2-bedroom residential property at Spintex, and then a residential apartment at Ajregano, and then approximately 15 acre of land at Latte, all under, or I must say, it's all been frozen. Whilst at this one, again, Maxwell Kofi Juma has also suffered the same fate, where 4 bank account of his has also been frozen over some alleged 7 million Ghana cedi what allegation against him over there. And Maxwell Kofi Juma, as we know, is a former managing director for Gehok over there. So let me start with you, Doc. So this is what we have at hand. The High Court has frozen these individuals' property.
Look, yes, I think what I want to say ties into Miracle's Abuaji's case. Look, let me just ask a couple of questions here. Agenda 1 hospitals, where are they? How many did you complete? Did you hear Kenya Japan about what happened to those hospitals? How many did you actually complete in 8 years? Afari, your well bank, where you get your most votes from. Even that one you didn't finish. You didn't finish Ashanti region. I live in Trede, so that's quite probably close to my parents live in Trede. That's probably close to that place. All right, Siwo Hospital. Well, I may not be pronouncing it properly. You didn't finish it. That one stuff you didn't finish. How much more the one in Pandai? Okay. Stifle.
But he didn't say it was finished. He said 80%.
Why didn't they had 8 years? If they wanted to finish it, they would have finished it. It was just an award. It was just
after COVID.
Yes.
These projects.
You see their hypocrisy, and they want us to finish all our manifesto in 1.5 years.
And I
So
said that
does
before
that? You couldn't do it in 8 years.
modern hospital
All right?
in the same district.
Look, listen. He talks about picking people up. What happened to Bobby Ansah was not a Ghanaian. What happened to Apia Stadium was not a Ghanaian. What happened to the demonstrations during Democracy Hub was not Ghanaian. Sam George, a sitting president, did I say president? Forgive me. A sitting MP was slapped in the full glare of the public. All right, remember that Ayewasu
Yes,
by-election? A sitting
the Milshot
MP,
committee.
A sitting MP was
Commission,
slapped.
yeah.
Up to today, he got away with it. A sitting MP who is now Minister of Communication. The man got away with it.
But double was, I mean, the recommendation, there were some recommendations
They
that
carry them out. They
That's
cleared
it,
them. They cleared them. All right. So let nobody sit here and tell us that Ghana is worse than it was under the MPP. It is not. We are breathing fresh air. You don't want to breathe it because when a poor woman is, who was persecuted by the courts, is been set free, you want to demonstrate. It is your right to demonstrate. Go ahead. Okay. Look, what about Oliver Barker? What about that? Okay. Look, let's not get this twisted. Okay. Do we, as a people, believe in our democracy? I want to ask MPP a question. Does the MPP believe in this democracy we are building? If they do, then democracy has rules. One of the cardinal rules of democracy is that you've got to be consistent. One of the cardinal rules of democracy is that sometimes you've got to admit failure. All right, sometimes you fail, sometimes you win. You win some, you lose some. In the case of the MPP, they are consistently inconsistent. All right. When did it ever become that state institutions in this country are controlled by the executive, or state institutions are at the beck and call of institutions? They are not. All right. The minority leader, honorable minority leader, Afenyo Markin, stood in Parliament and told us clearly that in this country, the courts, the executive does not control the courts. President, His Excellency President Nana Addo, said this clearly in an interview in France, that in this country, the executive does not touch anybody. People who misbehave are arrested by the courts. Suddenly, they have forgotten all of that because it is the NDC in power. We are the one doing the arrest. How can you be so hypocritical? All right. Yeah. Listen, it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter how loud your voice is. It doesn't matter who you are. In this country, there are no sacred cows. under President, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, even Abu Pele went to jail. They were the ones who came and pardoned him. We didn't even spare our own. How much more somebody else? So you are a leader in an organization, all right? Then there's a forensic audit after you have left. It's a part of normal protocols. A gap is found in the funding. Brabe, you are no. We are persecuting you. How are we persecuting you? How is that? In this country, let me repeat, the NDC, the MPP either needs to accept the rules of democracy or throw it away and jettison it. And this is not Daroshe's MPP. This is not Edubuahine's MPP. It is not. It is clearly not. This is a lawless group who want to intimidate our institutions. Miracles. What is Miracles? Miracles was here at the time we won the election. Miracles was the spokesman for the campaign. Even that one would be them. So why are we afraid of Miracles suddenly? There's a gap in the financing. Come and explain. And we can clearly see that has escalated by a competent court of jurisdiction. Yoko hasn't got the power to freeze my account.
Exactly.
Not that I have any. They haven't got the power to freeze your account. They need a high court to do it.
Exactly.
And the high court has done it. So it is either you trust the high court judges or you don't trust them. If you trust them, then that is simply procedure. Miracles will have his day in court. It is simply about accountability. It is simply about protecting the public purse. It is simply about, when you live in the public eye, be prepared to answer public questions. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
This Miracle matter would never have come out if they didn't start it. When Miracles was picked up, if nobody had said anything, if they hadn't organized that demo at Yoko, we the ordinary beings would never have even known that Miracle had been picked up. They were the ones that created the problem.
Okay.
All right.
So you agree that his
yes,
the freezing of his you agree with the court?
Of course, absolutely. We in the NDC believe in courts. We believe in the independence of the judiciary, which is exactly why we believe that Sergeant Tamaklo should be home, not in prison as we speak today.
Okay, all right. Fizzle.
But the Attorney General believe otherwise.
Of course.
It tells you that.
It just tells you that he's a very independent. He's an independent man.
But let me look at the Miracles issue. I think we've noticed some kind of confusion as far as the issue of the investigation is concerned. I spoke to one of the lawyers this morning before I came, and it made me to believe that initially the interministerial coordinating committee that he was heading. Initially, I think they said that 10 million Ghana cedis after the forensic audit that was some 10 million Ghana cedis, like they needed some clarity on. So I think he was working with them on that. Later on, Iyoko wrote to him and said that it was 20 million Ghana cedis. You understand? And then Iyoko released a statement later also and said that it was 55 million cedis, with the Deputy Attorney General also corroborated. Now again, the IMCC also came back with a statement to say that it was 102 million Ghana cedis. And then I understand Iyoko is in court saying it's rather 25 million Ghana cedis. So it tells you that these people who are pursuing him have not also done their work very well. There's some amount of confusion as to what they are actually looking for. And I'm saying, you see, accountability should be both ways. You understand? If other people were standing trial for, financial issues or alleged financial crimes, and you come into government and you decide to say that because they are your party members, you decide to free all of them, and then you what moral right? What is your moral right to say that you are going to prosecute somebody for financial misconduct? Even a gold thief, you have no moral right to persecute them. Because the amount of money that the past administration was actually pursuing these people to get them to bring back or be convicted. Doc is saying that it lasted for 8 years. Even those of us who are laymen, we always know that the wheels of justice grind slowly. But if you allow it will virtually get to its destination. And that is conviction or otherwise. You understand? In the case of Dufour and others, several millions of cedis, you are now saying that they should bring 70% and keep the 30%. So I'm not surprised doctor sitting here is saying that Sedina is not guilty. Sedina is not guilty. So she should take the money away. You understand? The High Court found...
No, but he's not saying that.
That's what she's saying. And that's what he's saying. The High Court found her guilty on
yes.
most of the charges.
And the Superior Court says that.
Yes. But that is not the end. There's still a legal avenue.
Exactly.
And that is what
the Attorney General is
going to pursue.
Exactly.
But doctor is telling you that NDC supporters are against that. You understand? She should take the money back to America or wherever she came, she was extradited from.
Did he say that?
That is the assumption. Don't, if you are giving free government money to chop, you can decide to go to the Bahamas to cool off. You can go to Dubai to cool off. While the average Ghanaian is struggling to make 3 decent square meals a day. And I'm saying, you see, it's very interesting. Those, I mean, the apologies of accountability and probity are busily filing noli prosequi. Look at the case of the Stephen Opuni and others in respect of the Cocoa Board matter, noli prosequi.
Okay.
In the case of SNIT,
noli prosequi.
The software, noli prosequi. In the case of Segleme, noli prosequi. In the case of Democracy Hub, noli prosequi. In the case of what do you call it? Ambulance trial, noli prosequi. So you see, someone was telling me that even if Sedina, like the case had delayed a bit, government would have filed noli prosequi for her to take her money and go and drop. As they say. Because you see, my attitude is that this group of people, the NDC people, your antecedents, the AFRC, PNDC, shot people for crediting 50,000 Ghana cedis and go.
At the time.
Yes, at the time. You killed people over corruption. And today, you are freeing your members and persecuting opposition members. You understand? And that is my worry. Because, you see, accountability should be a whole state something. You don't just choose and pick. And that is what they are doing. And that is hypocrisy. You understand?
I see.
And finally...
so you disagree?
Respectively. I don't have a problem people being asked to account.
Okay, so but...
I don't have a problem with that. But I'm looking at those pursuing it.
Okay.
That one of the maxims of equity says that he who seeks equity must come with clean hands.
Exactly so.
You can't be using one hand freeing your members and using another hand pursuing members who are from the opposing party, particularly vocal members, people who are questioning some of the things you are doing as far as the governance of this country is concerned. And to learn, the doctor was saying Agenda 111, you see, that is why the people of Pandai will continue to vote for the New Patriotic Party. Even, doctor, now, from Tamale to Pandai, it will take you less than 3 hours. In those days, when I used to ply that route, sometimes I used to use 6 hours on that route. Nana Akufo-Addo has given your district a first-class route from, what do you call it, from Tamale all the way to Pandai and beyond. Even all the way from Pandai to Dambai. It's first-class route. That is why we call him a great leader. And you should also accept that because Nana Akufo-Addo has facelifted your constituency, your district. The district from 92 all the up until the time our candidate won used to vote for NDC.
Okay.
And then NDC, they have nothing to show for it.
We're quite behind time. Yes.
So these are some of the reasons we are calling Nana Akufo-Addo and others great leaders. And at times, I believe time will exonerate them. Time will vindicate them.
All right. So that's Faisal from the NPP making some strong points over there. Earlier on, we had Dr. Also make his point. We're quite behind time.
Can I get a minute? Just a minute.
What do you want to say quickly?
The wheels of justice
Yes,
turn
quickly.
slowly, but the wheels of justice turn on evidence. The evidence has been proven in the case of Sedinam. Stop persecuting her. Let her go. Don't be a mob.
Say that to the
This is
Attorney
mob
General.
justice.
Seeking
all
to
right?
review the case.
Look, Under this government, anybody who breaks the rules will be hauled before court of law, and that's exactly what we're doing. Ghanaians are safe under the NDC.
Really? All right. Okay, so thank you so much, Doc Stephen Isaka, who is a member of the NDC communication team, and Faisal Banjili, who is also a member of the MPP communication team. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for passing through to share your views on this all-important subject. All right, and so we'll be back to wrap up the show with some of your messages, and then we'll call it a day. Stick and stay. We'll be back in a jiffy.